Hey kids, Coding Gorilla's out there asking the question, what happens if I speak too early? Well, if we're on the starting the stream scene, I think nothing happens. And I think nothing happens here too. But as soon as I switch out of here and go out to this space, and then from here, if I were to type something into the chat room like hello, I think that might trigger Coding Gorilla. There it is. And he's in. Welcome, Coding Gorilla. I was trying to get a picture of some dice. A D6 is what I wanted a picture of. I'm gonna have to roll some here. I'll roll a couple D6 out here. Generic damage. See if I can get a screenshot of this. There's a good one. Cool.
23 damage.
And I want to use, I think, this one right here. I like that one the best. Well, actually, this one might be better because rotating it, this one's kind of at a 45-degree angle where this is at a 90. Right here, the one right behind my head. I'm thinking I'm going to use this one right here. So let me just cut this out. This is, I need to create a second image. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a second, as soon as I get this cut out. Let's get some Code-Rich music here going too. All right, so copy that, paste it, rotate it to the right once. Whoops, there we go. Let's adjust that in color saturation, and size needs to be about 50. Let me copy that. Let's go back over here. Here's where I want to use it. I got a D4 there. Let me bring in the background so you can see the card. There's the card that we're building. This is related to what we're going to do today, where we'll have cards that will have the ability to attach a die roll to them. And so when the player plays a card, just going to get that color to try to match that right there. Okay, it's about close. And then let's drop the saturation a bit. And make it a little bluer, I think, a little more right in about there. Okay. That top part of the, I don't like how dark that got in the top though. Huh. Let's start with that. Come back in over, try it again one more time. I just want to change the top to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to integrate this into CardMaker, the CardMaker app, and have the CardMaker app generate random cards here for us. Bit more there, and yeah, I think I like that as a darkness. Then let's adjust this about there. Take out some more saturation. Yeah, it's feeling better right there. Okay, cool. Let's bring it over here. Let's give it a shadow. Duplicate that. Drop its brightness down. Fill it with this kind of brown background right there. Drop it down a little bit more. Let's see, have that kind of brown background there. Fred, the cards will control my destiny. Oh no. Roy's there and Fred didn't talk. This is a mystery. I got to go figure this out. Why doesn't Fred talk sometimes? Let's do that. There's my shadow. And let's drop the shadow down. Good. That's looking pretty good there. Well, maybe a little too saturated still. Let's see if we can drop that saturation down even more. That's not bad. And maybe make it just a little darker. Not touch contrast so much though. All right. All right. I think that's my 6th die right there. I'm going to group it together. Those 2 layers, I'll group those together. So that'll be one layer. We're going to call that the D6. And let's get rid of this. We can delete that. And we want to put that right over on top of that. Turn off the D4, see how it looks. Get it kind of in the right spot. That's good. And then what'll happen is times, and where is the number? It's right there. And so that's what it'll look like. The final card will look something like that, I think. Get a little closer. And so when that card is played, we're going to want to throw a D6 out as many times as this number is over here. So that's kind of what we're looking at in terms of being able to what the experience will look like. And that's going to trigger. Let's go ahead and save these out. Let's save the pieces out of this so the card maker can use this as a style. So I'm going to turn off the pieces that are going to change. And I think the background card is going to change too. So I'm just going to save this right here. All right, so there's the essence of the card. Let's go save this. Card Factory. Is it in assets? Yeah, here we go. So we're going to create a new folder for assets, and we're going to call this say anything. And we're going to save this as the I think we'll call it back is what we'll call it. Like that. Okay. Everything that's part of the back, I want to group that together. There we go. Let's see if I can group that layer. We're going to call this the back group. Cool. I'm going to turn off the back layer. And we're going to grab, wait, what's this thing? Oh, that's the one we're not using. We're not using hourglass. And the actual times we're not using anymore. Then now we've got a ×1. So now we're going to save this out here. And then we're going to say, call this times dash ×1. That's what I'll call that. Yep, continue. Change that to a 2. Save it out. That. Change it to a 3. And might as well do a 4. That'll be our limit on that. So up to 4 of whatever that die kind is. That'll be how many times you can say something. We'll take the D6, put it out there. And then we'll call this die dash D6. And we'll take this one and save it out there as well and call that die dash D4. Okay. Yep. And then we're going to finally save the front texture out as well. We'll call this front texture. And let's open up that folder.
TypeScri 7, where are you? We need your help! On a run.
I am.
Hey, Genescu 7. Welcome. I'm just specifying the layer ordering of these right here. I forgot to do that when I saved the file. So this is going to be the very topmost thing. So I'll make that like a 4 or something like that. This will be layer 2. Oops. Get them all. 2 times 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, cool. So there's my say anything asset now. All right, let's go into the card maker. Let's close down the scroll here. So the idea of these different pieces is so that I can build out a different sets of cards at different power levels, and then also programmatically determine their rarity as well, so the likelihood that they'll be able to draw that card when we get a deck. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Let's get that up here. Let's add a new card and we'll test it. Card style is going to be say anything. And what's wrong? Why am I not seeing anything here? That's weird. It's seeing all these pieces, but it's not showing the part. Oh, I know why. At least I think I know why. My card data needs to have a little bit more data about the card. Let's go look at, it's in layer text options. I need an inventory here for this. Say anything. Now here I don't have any text on this at all. I'm just going to grab this, and maybe all of this, I guess, and just paste it down there. I think that's the reason why I'm having a problem with it. With that, let's take our card maker, close down the app, restart it. See if that works any better. Right. All right, let's add the card. Card style, say anything. Yeah, that's what we needed. Okay, cool. We can change different backs on the card now. We can go to the die, change it from a D4 to a D6, like that. Cool. And the times, we can come in and change what the time is going to be. All right. So that's not too bad. Cool. Cool. Now I want to randomly generate these, and I want to have them kind of intentionally have some properties here, like the rarity. I want it to be decided based on the power, or maybe I want to do something like this, where I can add die mods, and I can choose the power level. Right? If I come in and say, here's the power level test right here. If I say add die mods and I say power level 4, it gives me skill bonuses starting at +4, but it also has some +5s as well, and 6. And I just noticed that it's not changing rarity here, so we want to actually fix this. So it changes the rarity as it gets further away from the base level. As this number gets further away from the 4, we want to increase the rarity within this power level. The idea is to be able to create decks with cards of a variety of power levels, but it's a limited range. And then within that limited range, the more powerful cards will become more rare, legendary, that sort of thing. And so that's what we're looking for there. So let's fix this first when we create the power level tests here. Hey, Jetsam. Welcome. Jetsam's flying in.
is in the house.
Someone might have said party. That's true. So, what do we got here? It's, I think in the, I think it's in the main card maker app is where we're generating. Let's go view the code for that. Let's see here. Probably it's going to be a power level. It's going to have the word power in it, is my guess. Whoops. Power. Create power cards at power level. Right there. Cool. So there's my power level. And there's my top end. So what I'm doing is I'm taking going starting from power level up to top end. I'm passing in power level as well. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to say, I want to kind of calculate the difference here, the delta, and say that's equal to power level minus math.absolute of my modifier. Like that. And then I want to do a switch on that delta, I think is what I want to do. Switch on the delta, and if it's 0, then we want to say card.rarity is equal to rarity.common. If it's a 1, we want to say it's rare. If it's a 2, we want to say it's epic, and if it's a 3, we want to say it's legendary. How you doing, baby? You okay?
No, I need some massage money.
You need some massage money? Wow, I thought she was going to ask for massage during the show. That was going to be tough. There's your massage money.
I've outsourced it.
Yeah, it's hosted. Jetsamins is in the chat room. Janice Gusevin's in the chat room. Coding Gorilla's in the chat room. Rory Becker's in the chat room.
I'm getting massage, boys. Bye.
She's like, I'm getting a massage, boys. Jetsam is like, massage money? Hey, let's do this. Let's just do this, that, and then we're going to say anything else. We're going to come in here, and we're going to just have a default instead. So there's our common rarity. Now let's run it and see if that works for us. And then we're going to need to do what we're seeing here with create cards at power level. We're going to want to do the same thing with create say anything cards, I think. Okay. Yeah, Jetson wanted to party. Yeah, okay. Here we go. So add die mods. We'll do it at power level 4. And so now we look at these common. We go to 5. It should be rare. It's not rare. It's having no impact. Let's set a breakpoint here. Let's add some more. Add some more die mods. We'll come in at power level 5. Okay, what's my delta? 0. I want to throw breakpoints here, here, and here. Okay, so we're... Oh, what... sorry, I don't want a breakpoint there. I don't want a breakpoint here. I never hit it? What's wrong with my math? Modifier should go up. I got these wrong. I've switched the order of those. That's my problem. Okay, let's close it, fix it, so we can kind of clear that out. This should be reversed. All right, run it. All right, power level 1. All right, so here we go. Common, rare, there you go. 3 is epic, and 4 is legendary. Perfect. That's what we want to do. And these cards here are all built by turning different pieces on and off inside of here. So we'll use that as a guideline here for getting to the next step, which is to create the Say Anything cards at that particular power level. So let's open this up right here. Let's look at our die mods, and we're going to kind of run the same game here that it's been doing. So I'll let me duplicate that. We're going to call this our Say Anything mods, and fine, and let's look at this. Yeah, I like that Coderich hooked. I'm so glad I did duplicate selection on it. Look at that, Coderich hooked that with that. So when I change this, it changed that one right there. Gave me a new menu called Pick Say Anything Mod Level. I like that a lot. Cool. So add Say Anything mods is what the button says. Is the button wide enough to show it? It looks like maybe it may not be. Maybe we'll just call it Say Anything mods, like that. Still not wide enough. All right, let's do this. Okay, cool. So we've got different power levels there. Now these are all going to power level menu item click, which I don't think I want to do that. I want to, let's rename this and call this the these are the roll mods. The roll mod power level menu item click. I was calling them die mods. That's a roll mod. And over here, we're going to call this to Say Anything. Huh, I thought I pasted that in. Hold on, let's try that again. I'm only pasting it in one. That's weird. The rectangular selection didn't allow that to work. Say Anything power level menu item click. Okay. Back to the code over here. Let's duplicate this. Good. And then I want to say this create cards at power level. This is going to be create roll mod cards at power level, and down here it's going to be called create Say Anything cards at power level. So we're going to do this. That's what I called it. Create Say Anything cards at power level. And doing the same kind of trick there. And then we're going to say create Say Anything card. And finish to 7. Let's hit all the parties this morning. Pizza right there. Have a nice massage. I hope it makes you happy. Okay, so we've got these, and what are we going to do? We're not going to pass in these parameters here. And it's really, we just really need, is it really just that? We're going to create 3 cards. I think that's, or 4 cards, whatever that power level is, plus 3. Yeah, it's going to look like that. 2 parameters. All right. Let's go look at create bonus penalty card. What's that looking like? Oh, look at this. I got a set card rarity call. I wonder, is that doing anything? Ah, not doing anything. Let's kill it. Let's duplicate this too. We only need these two pieces of information coming in. Card, add card, active deck. That's our delta right there. Let's see, what do we got here? Card name is equal to Jeff Blankenberg is rating. Jeff Blankenberg is rating with a party of 9. Thanks for the raid, kids. Welcome. We just played all our party songs. I'm going to have to manually trigger them here. Here's my favorite kids. This might scare some of you. Jeff, how was your stream? Welcome. Thanks for the raid. Apologies to anybody that frightened off. This is going to say I'm in the middle of, I'm in C# right now. I am working on a system to create and build cards from different layers. So I've got kind of a visual editing thing that's going on right now. And so we're creating cards that look like maybe this to be used with Streamloots in a Dungeons & Dragons game on Twitch, where viewers will be able to play the cards, roll the dice while Dungeons & Dragons is playing live. So that's kind of what's going on. Stream was awesome. Made some good progress. Well, good. Well, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it so much. Yeah, thanks for that. And if you're interested in Dungeons & Dragons, go give us a follow out there. That one, it's not for kids. That's a show that's more focused on non-kid humor. So we say some funny things in that show. But that's what we're working on right now. We're gonna, once we get the cards done, we're gonna then want to trigger some die rolls automatically. And we've already got die rolls built into the regular game. Those die rolls look something like this. Here come in 5d12 fire damage. They look like that. Those die rolls are all kind of bouncing above the players' heads, and they stay up there. The viewer rolls are going to come in from the side like this and bounce in this space. And ultimately, it's going to look cool because one of the things we're going to do is we're going to change the viewer die based on their reputation, the number of times they've played cards. So when they first start out, they'll have a smaller die, but as they get more and more credibility and their reputation improves in the game, their dice will come in just giant across, and they'll just be coming rolling in. The only thing I haven't figured out how to do is how to slow that die down where the others have regular physics. I got to figure that part out because I think that would be super cool too, to watch it come in slowly. So we're going to set that up so the system can set up 2 die rolls simultaneously where one is completely independent of the other, which was kind of tricky as I was working through it with the original code. We did a lot of refactoring yesterday on yesterday's show, but got it working at the end of the show. At least we got to the point where we could have 2 at once. So that's kind of where we are. That's where we'll pick up today. So that's kind of where we are. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I do C# and TypeScript coding here 4 days a week. I take Monday off, essentially. And I'm actually here on Saturday as well with my son. We do a show called Kids Code on Fridays and Saturdays where we visualize math concepts in Unity in 3-dimensional space. I think on tomorrow's show, Friday, we're going to be visualizing vectors in 3D space. So we'll be creating vectors, and we'll probably visualize vector addition. So you'll be able to say, okay, what's this vector plus that vector? And then you'll add them up and see, oh, it's this new vector. right? That's what my hope is we'll do tomorrow. But you know, it's coding and we never know what's going to happen. So anyway, that's where we are now. We're going to try and build this. We put the pieces of this out. Did I close it? No, I didn't. Here are the pieces. So we've got the different layered pieces here. And our editor just eats these up. And it determines the order of the layers. I'm making math fun. Screechrat is in the house, kids. Screechrat, how you doing? I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here, buddy. All right, yeah, I'm making math fun, I guess. I love it. We visualized polynomial equations. And we started with y equals mx plus b. Then we went to, a second degree polynomial. And then we went to a third. And then we went to a fourth degree polynomial. And we had them all simultaneously graphed at once. And we were able to see the impact and how the higher degree polynomials resembled the lower degree polynomials at the origin, right? We were able to see that. It was a very cool visualization. Screenshot says, another beautiful day in paradise. Well, I'm kind of close to paradise. I'm not too far away from that. I'm broadcasting to you live from Costa Rica, where I live with my family. And it's not bad here. You know, we get these awesome sunsets right here near the water. Really beautiful. Okay, so we're writing with the code now that's going to set these up. It's not as complicated as the other code that was working that we're basing it on, but we're working on that. This I noticed is similar to that right up above here. So let's extract this out into its own method. So we'll call this set rarity based on modifier. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll just call it set rarity for now. So set rarity is there. Let's replace the code above with this new call. And let's rear parameters on this. I want to take card and bring it first. And power level second. Okay, cool. So there's my set rarity call there. Card name. This is going to be, we need this to be say anything, and we need to figure out, we need to get to a point of, we need to correspond the power level and the modifier. Actually, I only need, is that true or not? No. No, I do need both those. Okay, the modifier is the piece that's going to say how significant this is. I'm going to do this. I'm going to say get say anything name, card name. I'm going to make it be a function, and I'm going to pass in the modifier like that, because that's going to be some number between 0 and 10 or above. Is what I think it is going to be. And let's put our logic in there so we can figure that out, what it's going to be. So I think it will be, let's at very least say, I don't know, hold on, one more thing I think I need. I need to get the die on this, the die name. And I'm going to say get, and then it's going to be a lot like this right here. Call that die name. Like that, we're going to pass in its modifier. And let's go declare that. And then we're going to do a switch on it and modifier. Or maybe we'll just do this for now. Maybe a simpler version of this would be, hey, look, if modifier is less than 5, we're going to return D4. And otherwise, we're going to return a D6. And, you know, we might change this later if we add more die to the options here and what you can roll. Okay? I think that's okay. Yeah. Then we want to get say anything card name. We need a constant here called the, do we need that here or no? Maybe we can put this at the end. So we're going to say switch modifier again, and on modifier, if it's 0, yeah, hold on. I'm not quite here yet. I need one other thing in addition to this. In addition to die name, I need a an int that's going to be our multiplier, and we'll do that. And so now one more time, to switch on the modifier, and we're going to return 1. And then we're going to, for this, we're going to return a 2, and 3, and 4. And then we're going to go back. That one's good, but we're going to change this back to a 1 again. And then, because at this point, so the modifier, actually, if it gets less than 4, am I right on the modifier? What's the modifier again? The modifier goes from the power level we're at up. So it's going to go from 1 up. The modifier will never be 0 here. I kind of had that wrong. Let's change this up here. The most prioritized parties is with the new party command. Let me redo this for a second. Freeman 42X is raiding with a party 5. Thanks for the raid, Freeman. Welcome. Did that work, Genescu 7? Thumbs up. Welcome, Raiders. We're writing code today, kids. Writing code in C#. I'm in C#. Got WPF up here. I've got a card building application. It makes visual cards. It's going to make a card that looks like this. Writing code is fun, kids. All right, we did it. It's going to make cards that are look like this. They're going to be beautiful looking cards, but they're going to change based on data that drives them. Nice jam, says Freeman. How was your stream? What did you guys do? Let me know what you guys did and how that was. All right, so now we're going to do this for a little bit here, and duplicate that, change that to a 2, 3, 4, and then when we get to 5, we're going to go back down to 1 again. Now there's probably a better way of doing this. Wait, why did that go? Oh, I see what happened. We're going to change this to a 2, that's to 6, and duplicate that. There we go. And it looks like I'm going to need another die here, or I'm going to have to change my modifiers to only go to 8. Right there, I think. That's what I think. Yeah, we'll do that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Streaming code in game Clash of Code. I need to take a look at that. Yeah. So if you're new to this stream, one of the things we're doing is we're building special effects for a Dungeons and Dragons game. Isn't that right, Fred? Fred says yes. That's absolutely right. And do you want to tell more, Fred, about that? Fred's a little shy, but it's a pretty good game, right, Fred? Pretty good. The special effects are great. One of them is our digital puppet Fred over there, which can do all kinds of things. Right? You want to tell them what you can do, Fred? Fred doesn't want to say. Found you on the live coders page. Just for a minute. So one of the things that we can do in terms of special effects is we can say things like Fred's going to use his great axe, and we're going to give him an advantage on the roll, and he's going to roll the attack. And typically we have bad guys showing up across the top there, showing up as little scrolled discarded pieces like that. There we go. We got an 18.
18.
That'll be taken
plus
away because we got advantage on the
9.
roll.
It's a hit.
There you go. So we kind of
11 slashing.
slashing damage, so you can see the damage type on the die. Kind of cool. I'll just give you another quick demonstration. We'll throw out 12 d12s fire damage. And it looks like that. How many of those effects are there? Asked Crafty. I would say probably about 200.
4 fire damage.
Looks like I got some smoke coming from the top of my head there. Apologies for that, kids. So what we're working on today is this card system. And notice the card system on it, say anything, it's got a D4 times 3. And the word times on here. What that means is when the viewer plays this card in the game, so we're making it so that viewers can play D&D with us, where they can play cards that impact the game, impact the rolls, or allow them to participate. So here, say anything allows them to make the players say things. Like, for example, you might be able to make me say zoinks, and it would look like that, right? Or you might make me think the words "I can do this." You could do that by playing this card in the game. And so, okay, Freeman says I'm laughing my ass off. This is, by the way, if you want to follow the channel where we're playing it, it's out there, twitch.tv/dragonhumpers. We had a game last night, and we're actually in the process of interviewing 1 or maybe 2 new players. So bringing on 1 or 2 new players soon, and yeah, so there's a real focus on high quality special effects. The goal is to essentially answer the question, what would happen? The goal of this show is to answer the question, what would happen if ESPN was broadcasting Dungeons and Dragons? What does it look like? Give you one other example of what it looks like. Let's go in and we'll do a saving throw, or maybe not a saving throw, a skill check. So my character and Fred's will do skill checks. Right there, let's do insight check. And it looks like that. It's pretty cool. And then you get a summary at the end, seeing who succeeded, Fred, and who failed, me. So that's kind of what it looks like. There's an attention to detail. You got the audio feedback as well.
Awesome.
Folks who might be visually impaired. I'm looking to become a Live Coders team member also. Oh, Freeman, I did not know that you were not already one. Let's see. If you want to reach out to me, why don't you whisper me afterwards if you want to ask me about that. If there's any help or assistance you need on that, let me know. And I'll at the very least say, hey, you rated me this morning. Okay, so that's what we're building. We're building the cards right now. We're building a mechanism, a system, to not only build the cards, but upload them automatically to streamloots.com. That's been something that's been a little tricky because guess what? Streamloots.com's got an API, but it's kind of undocumented. It's an undocumented API, and there's no support for it. And we hacked our way through last week, I think in the beginning of this week, hacked our way through that black box and finally figured out a way how we could take our custom cards and our images and upload them and get them up to streamloots.com automatically. The reason why that's important is because we've got an app that we've built that generates hundreds of these cards visually. So there are hundreds of these visual, gorgeous cards being generated programmatically, and then we want to upload them all. I don't want to spend any time uploading and manually doing anything. That's why we built all this. So no idea how to proceed. I messaged a mod, but no reply yet. Freeman, this is the way you proceed. Whisper me. Let me give you my email too. Maybe email's better here. Let me just throw this out at you. It's markm at the devexpress.com domain. So you'll have to, figure that out, that sentence out and turn that into an email. I think you'll be able to do that. Okay, so we've got this. At the very least, I'll do a default out here that says return a 1. Okay, there's my get say anything modifier. So I've got a modifier and a die name. And now what I want to do is get this, and I'm going to pass in my multiplier and my die name this time instead. Let's Copy both of those. Let's go jump inside here. Like that. You're welcome. You're welcome, Freeman. Yeah, I will go, you know, take that request and make sure it's got visibility. There's like a formal process for doing it, for applying, and that's about all I know. There's a formal process. But I'll make sure it's got visibility and that somebody gets back to you, okay? Okay, so now, this name is going to be, I think it's just going to be this, return say anything. Let's make this an interpolated string. Say anything, die name, times multiplier. And that wasn't as complicated as I thought. Maybe we just inline that method and delete it. And that's what it is. Okay. So the style path is going to be say anything. That's the style path. That is the folder name where we've got these, essentially our style, the pieces of it right there that are defined. That's what we've got right there. Okay? Style path is there. Card description is, yeah. I think we might be able to do this here in line as interpolated string as well. Let me go copy this text here. I think it might be shorter for me to copy that than to try to type it in. There we go. No ads or hate speech. You could get banned. Something like that. And then we want to say up to I'm going to say multiplier times the D4 or D6 times die rolled when you play this card. Dice are rolled when you play this card. Okay, cool. Cool. Additional, so I think I'm going to say no ads or hate speech. You could get banned down below. So in, I've got a second piece or a detailed description, I thought. No, additional instructions is what I'm calling it. We'll put it there. Okay. Quick add all layer details. What is this? Quick add background layers. Quick add core layers, quick add foreground layers. Okay, I need that. That adds all the pieces. Set layer visibilities. Now, this one, let's go find this method right here. This is for the die mod. Set die mod layer visibilities. That's what this one's for. I'm going to copy this, and we want to create a something called set say anything layer visibilities, and we want to pass into that the die name and the multiplier, I think. That's what I think we want to do. I think I want to rename modifier up here. I want to call this my base power level. And this one, I think I want to just call this it's like my actual power level, maybe. Actual power level. And then let's also similarly, I don't like changing this here. Whoops. This is going to be my base power level. This is going to be my actual power level. So it's just to see how far above the actual power level it is. Okay, good. So we've got this. Let's go look for set layer visibilities, and we're going to base it something on that right there. So create a new method. Actually, you know what? Let's use Visual Studio to declare that. Just copy the insides of that. Paste those inside there. Okay. So we're going to go into the card here. I think it's going to be a lot simpler than this one right here. This one was kind of a complicated set of layers we had to worry about here. Okay, so we've got some alternate layers. One of the alternate layers is called die. We've got two choices here, D4 and D6. So we'll come in here and say die, and then we're going to pass in die name. That should select the die correctly. And then the other piece we have is times, alternate layer in times, and it's going to be X times my multiplier. So X1, X2, X3, X4 should be one of those four. Don't need to hide any layers. There's a random one right here for the back. Look who's here. Who's that calling us right now? Hello?
Hello.
Is this Rory?
It is indeed.
Rory is here, kids. Rory's our, very famous co-host from the UK.
I'm just some random guy who picked up at the side of the road. Don't let him believe you there.
I said, call this Skype at this time. Exactly. When the big hand is up, pointing up, give me a call. I think this might work. The only thing I'm not sure about is this card back. That card back is coming from here. Yeah, so it'll pick one of those, randomly one of the card backs. Sweet. Okay, cool. I think that's all I need to do for select these visibilities. And I think that's it. I've got this to do here that link properties are not working. It's something I noticed when it's a bug that I've got to fix. I'm not worried about it for right now. I've been dancing a lot on this show, man.
I've noticed there's been a lot of parties.
There've been a lot of parties. Hey, I gotta invest in more party music. People are liking the parties.
Party good.
I was, by the way, looking at, let me see if this works. I was looking at some code yesterday and I thought, oh, I forgot about this. Remember we used to have this test rainbow? Does that work?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Hey.
That's our particle system.
That's pretty nice, isn't it? Still good after all this time even.
It's not bad. Yeah. I forgot about that. All right, so let's come over here. Let's add the say anything mods. Let's do power level 1. And hey, we got some cards here. Look at that, D4.
Mm-hmm.
D4, look at that.
Nice.
That is going to work. And look, we got the descriptions in.
Oh, yeah.
Additional instructions, no hate or ads or hate speech, you could get banned. Alert message, redemption successful message. Okay, this we need to figure out what this is. It's going to look, I think, like this. Username played say anything. Say anything. This should be say anything dash D4 times. It should be anything 1D4. That's what it should be. Say anything 1D4. So let's fix.
Is there any benefit for the text, the redemption text, to contain a variable pointing at the name of card, so you can generically copy it into many cards and it will still be accurate?
I was thinking the same question. And I think the answer is no. The
No?
reason, I've got to put the text here. When it shows up here, it's got to be in something that doesn't use something that's like this. This is actually something that Streamloots uses. And
Oh, I see.
I can also add a field, like say I had to add, ask a question here, like, which character do you want to control or something like that, which I'm not. But if I did say that, right, which character, like this, whoops, that's the display prompt is here. The field name is maybe target or something like that. Once I did that, then I could come up here and do this. And now that would work at streamloots.com.
Sure.
Played say anything. To target, like that. But instead, what I have to do is I have to say play say to anything, and then I'm going to come in here and I need it to say 1d4. And then, so it's going to have that name. Did I do the dash in there? I forget. Did I put that in there? Say anything dash. Okay. And then I want to do this. So what happens is this message comes down to our browser overlay that then sends that out into the chat room. So
Yes.
and it sends out to several chat rooms. It sends out to the one on the stream. It also sends out to a separate chat room that the Dungeon Master sees.
Okay.
On top of that, though, I want to then continue the data out here is what I want to do. And I want something, or maybe not. Do I need this? I don't think I need to continue the data. The reason why, at some point I've got to trigger the die roll. And the question is, how am I going to trigger that die roll? Well, I think the way I'm going to trigger the die roll is with an event that is associated with the card. That's kind of what I think I want to do. I could also maybe put it in a comment right here, where I just say, maybe roll die 1d4, like that. I could do that.
Sure.
So that would go up into Streamloots and then come down. Everybody would only see the part before the comment, and then we'd see roll the die. We'd roll it, and
The fields that you've got there that you send to Streamloots, do they come back as well, and do they suffer errors if Streamloots doesn't recognize them?
yes, the errors I'm not sure about at this point, but these fields, once I put them up there, anything I put up here, the user will see these
Okay.
when they redeem the card. So it'll ask.
So you can't use them for kind of a command thing that would come
No.
back to you as a... No, that's a shame.
But I can use them for command thing to say what the user said. So like if they did specify a character, I could put that target inside of here if I wanted to
Sure.
do that. Let's delete that. We don't need that target field right there. Okay, so and then I was thinking like some text here. So we've got roll die 1d4 say anything. So what happens is the 1d4 comes in, the word say anything or by it, and the username is by that die, and it'll come rolling in through the bottom, and so they can see their roll coming in. That's what I think is. That's maybe what I think we could do. We can certainly do that for now. Okay, so that's what I want to do for the redemption success message. So let's close that down and let's add that as well. Card.redemption success message is equal to, let's say anything, and this is going to be my multiplier. And this one's going to be my, oops, my die name. And then I'm going to just repeat that die name here. And then we're going to do that. All right, that's what I think I need. Oops. Gonna need to do this. Escape these guys right here. Okay, I think that's going to
Yep.
work. All right, let's run it.
Do you
Nope,
need to escape?
It's not going to work. Hold on.
I was going to say, yeah.
Is it double? Is that what I'm doing? So is 2 1? Maybe that's what it is.
I'm not sure in the interpolated strings.
Oops. All right, so there's that. I'm thinking that might be the case. All right. Let's see what happens. Run it.
Sure. Can I assume, because we're not staring at a lot of TypeScript at the moment, that the refactoring from yesterday was finished and worked just, smooth as butter?
Yeah, it was. It actually took a little bit more work after I ended the show to get it to where it's kind of as smooth as some porridge, is what how I would describe it as. It's not bad. It still needs some. We're going to move over there like
Small
soon.
lumps here and there.
Yeah, but
basically okay and palatable.
Yeah, it was like the piece that was really interesting to me on that whole thing, by the way, is the piece that got it to finally work.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, I got it so that it was compiling, no problem. But what took it to the point where not seeing it to seeing it is I had to create, and it was just on a hunch too, I had to create another div for the 3D stuff to show.
Oh, right.
And I was like, once I did this and then all of a sudden the die appeared, I was like, okay. And it was actually kind of surreal because it wasn't entirely... Because
that makes you ask the question, how did it ever work before?
No, because I had one div for it, and it was using this 3JS
Oh, I see.
for one. And now I created a second div for it. Once I did that, because it couldn't take both of them trying to draw to the single div.
Yeah.
It couldn't take that.
Okay.
Anyway, once I got it working, though, it was a little surreal. It was like talking to somebody who wasn't all there in their head a little bit, because we have this dance when we roll the dice of let's roll the dice and let's wait till they're done, stop rolling, and we get an event that comes back, and we get another event that says, okay, the dice have been destroyed, right? So sometimes we're queuing up dice and waiting to roll. Well, that's all geared for one thing. So if I said all of a sudden let's throw the one and then I programmatically change it to the second one, and now we start trying to do that dance. Just weird stuff happens where you think you're about to clear one, but you clear the other one instead. So we need to fix those.
Yes.
Once we fix those, it'll be.
So you've got a single event
better.
processor for two sequences, effectively, at the moment.
So we need to fix that, but we'll get there soon, I think.
Cool.
Power level test. Say anything mods. Wait, one thing. This is bugging me. It's too close. We need this to be lower. Looks like it's about 20. Wait. $10. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to add the say anything mods. I'm going to do about power level 4 because I think that should give me, it should go all the way up to power level 7, which once we cross this boundary, we should, whoops, I did 5. That's not what I wanted to do. I have to like delete these cards one at a time. I don't have a multi-select delete to make this work. Not great when, I've got something that just adds a whole bunch at once. All right, one more time. Add say anything mods, put it at power level 3. All right, there you go. So I got 3D4. That should have been a 4. That should have been a 4. Notice the image is wrong.
Oh.
This worked correctly. Look at that.
Yeah, that's all right.
The 3 and the 4 didn't work though. 4D4. It looks like I got a math problem in there. See if I can figure that out. Set layer card visibilities. Here's my multiplier. So 3 and 4 is what we're looking for. Let's delete this. I could come in here too. Let's just add a deck as well. There's deck 6. All right. Say anything mods. Let's do it at power level 1. Multipliers 1, 2, 3. This is where we had the problem.
Yeah.
My multiplier is 1 times 4 times the alternate, select alternate layer. That should have worked, I feel like. Remembering, I thought we had a, where is it in, it's been a while since I've been in here. Let's go look at this actually. Let's come back up here and step into it. Can we get in here? Turn anything off? We do. So we got ×1. We're trying to make that layer visible. Invisible, I mean. And ×2. And that's ×3. Okay, why is it not working? I almost think it's going to work this time. It did not work. Did I have, maybe I've got the wrong file out here. Maybe that's my problem over here. Let's go see if we can find that. Say anything?
Data issue.
Oh, it's a data issue. It's me. Okay. It's my bad. Sorry about that, kids. Let's go fix that.
On the upside, the code's good.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Rory's the best at doing this, by the way, kids. If you're like, hey, I don't feel good about something. Rory's like, on the upside, you know, he'll
Democracy's
point out what's
back.
right.
Sorry, did I say that? Probably not
Wait,
appropriate.
what did you say?
Uh,
Oh, you want to not say it? Don't say it then.
wise crack about democracy being back.
Oh, that's
maybe
good.
I'm not in a good. I'm not in a particularly good place to make that judgment, but
No.
you know.
It's like, I'll take it. I'll say it. In the United States, at least, holy cow. Yeah, that's my, you know, if that upsets you, sorry, but that's
See,
kind of
see
who I
technically,
am.
my comment's a bit invalid because democracy maybe caused the problem too. So you know, nothing wrong with democracy; it works, and justifiably proves that it can reverse if situations as well.
Yeah,
So
that's
there you
right.
go.
That's right. Okay, cool. All right, so there we go. Now,
See me back step out of that pretty quick.
yeah, if anybody can do it, it's you. And I mean that as a compliment because, you know, that's who you are. All right, one more time. We're going to run one more time.
Yes.
Here we go, kids.
Having corrected our data, is there any chance the data will have been cached, or we've completely stopped and cleared, and
Yeah, no,
nothing
it's
should
not.
be?
Yeah, I stopped it. All right, so we're good.
Okay.
Power level test. Add say anything mods. Let's do it at power level 3. And let's clear the breakpoint and let's just run. And look at it. There's ×3. There's my ×4.
There you go.
It's a little bit far off to the side. Actually, that 4, I don't like it being so far off there. Why did that happen? I think it's my mistake here. I think there's a space here, maybe? There's not a space. Wait, no, there's not. It's weird, though. I see what's going on here. I think there's a kerning issue here. I'm just going to adjust it just for the ×4. There we go.
That's good.
Whoops, I got to turn everything else off. All right, let's do it one more time. Okay, back to the app. One more time, run it. That's what we do here. We make it perfect. Let's make it perfect, and then we move on. That's all we try to do. It's not anything, you know. All right, power level 3. There, better, better, better. Okay, and check it out what we got here. Username played say anything, 2d6. Roll die, 2d6 say anything. We're going to get their username, so we're going to know what that is when we roll it. I suppose I could actually put their username here as well, but you know, I think I'm going to get it from some other place when we process the roll die. We're going to have that data, and so that's what we've got. So let's actually upload these cards. Should we do that? So I'm going to click over here, save update image. I'm going to do it for this one as well. And for this one, I know it's a little bit extra with the mouse moves and stuff like that. But and then I'm going to click on upload. First, let's go over to, let's save this out here. Let's save that. Let's go to, I haven't uploaded yet. I just want to go up to Streamloots. Let's open up a browser. Come out to Streamloots. Go to not my profile, my creator dashboard, and my collections. And here's what we've got. Oh, we got the power level tests up here already. What's inside there? No cards. Okay. Let's delete power level tests.
So do we believe that this whole end-to-end thing works now? You can push sets and cards and content and now effectively effects into Streamloots from the API.
Yeah, you should be able to do that.
Wow. That is quite a long way we've come in the last, what, week?
Yeah, it's the problem I'm noticing. Oh, there we go. I couldn't find the delete, but it was because something else was blocking it. So let me delete the collection right there. I want to delete all of that so you can see that it should be smart enough to put the whole thing in there if it doesn't exist. So,
Sure.
well, I said that, although I'm now wondering, did I just introduce an error? Because, yeah, I got a set
the
ID
identity
here,
would be,
and it's going to
yeah.
look for that. So my bad on that. I probably shouldn't have deleted that. I'm going to have to delete this and restart. That's what I'll have to do. So we'll restart this one more time. So at least we won't get that error.
Well, that's good. At least you caught it this time around. Otherwise, that would have caused some confusion.
Yeah. Let's delete the cantrip deck as well. Might as well kind of simplify these things because we're just at this point still testing. First test deck. Let's delete that as well. Why can't I delete this one? Because it's my default collection, maybe?
Maybe.
Huh. I can't delete it. That's weird. What's it look like in here? It's got one in it. Let's go in and edit the collection, see what's going on. It's not default. Not sure why I can't delete it. Is it because it's got a card in it, maybe?
Does it believe somebody has possession of one of the cards in the deck?
Oh, maybe I have to pause it first. Is that going to do it? No, I still can't delete it.
Huh.
Hide. Now I can delete it. It's got to be hidden.
What did you just do?
I
You
chose
hid.
hid.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I guess it was visible, and that's why delete wasn't available. I'm okay with that. Look, it's hard now to a lot of steps now to go through deleting, but overall, you normally don't want to delete something like this. So
True.
I'm appreciating the longer path here. Okay, so now we've got this. Are we running? We're running.
A system that's all but completely clean,
Okay.
and an opportunity to upload cards and demonstrate the awesomeness of our use of the API.
Oh, I saved these. Okay, so I saved this. I don't need to regenerate those. This was generated at power level 1. I can tell because the lowest level 1... Oh, no, wait, at power level 3. Because the lowest level piece is 3d4.
Uh-huh.
Now, is it fair... I think I've messed this up. Shoot. I've totally messed this up.
In what sense?
In that 4d4 is lower than 1d6. That's not the case at all. 4d4 is actually pretty big. I totally messed this up. To get to say anything multiplier, I think I want to do this instead. I want to, yeah, I just realized.
So you want to sort by potential max value, I guess.
Yeah,
Is that
that's
right?
what I want to do. Yeah, thanks, Rory, for inferring what I want to do. I want to get say anything, die name, and multiplier. I want to do this in one thing so I can see it, and multiplier. And I want to do this, and out that, and out. Sorry, wait. I want power level in, and I want to out multiplier, and I want to out the die name. That's what I want to do. Okay. So let's go declare that. Switch this. All right, so here we're going to say power level is 1. We're going to say multiplier is equal to 1. Die name is equal to, let's create a constant for this. All right, so we got D4 and D6 right there. So the die name is going to be equal to D4. So, and then let's duplicate those. Now we'll go to 2. And what are we doing here, though? We switch that to a 2. Hold on, let me duplicate it one more time. I want to teach it not to change multiplier to die name. Stop replacing multiplier with die name. Whoa! Did I just select it? Okay, there we go. I thought I selected it. Maybe I didn't. Okay, so now our multiplier is going to. This is going to be a. Oh, is it having a rename or something? Oh, it's weird. 2. And multiplier is 2. So let's just see if this is right for a second here. It's not. This goes to 1d6. So the way you figure out the average is you basically take the die number, add 1 to it, divide by 2. So the average here is going to be 3.5.
Okay.
It might be good to do this right here. And the average here is going to be 2.5. Okay, because that's 5 divided by 2. Okay. Next, power level. Let's go to 3 here. We've got 2 choices. It's either going to be, well, it's going to be 2d4 is what it's going to be. So 2d4 gets me 5 times 2 is 10, which is an average of 5.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Power level 4 is going to be 2d6, which is going to be 7. I think maybe this is the pattern, because it goes d4, d6, all the way up. I think that's what's going on. So now we go
That would
5,
make sense, yeah.
the multiplier is 3. Look at CodeRush figure this out for me, kids. And let's keep going. And so we go all the way up to power level 8, which is 46. Okay? Good. That's better. That's really what I wanted right there. And I suppose I need a default value for this as well. Let's just make these the default right here. The only thing that's not true about the only thing CodeRush failed to do is get these power
Modify
levels.
comments.
Yeah, modify the comments. We can look at this right now. It's that's 5 times 3, which is 15, divided by 2 is 7.5. This is 7 times 3, which is 21, divided by 2, which is 10.5. 5 times 4 is 20, that's 10. Wait, is that right? You got to swap these two. 5 times 4 is 20 divided by 2. Okay, so this
Interesting.
becomes 6, and that becomes 7. It's pretty close. How close those are right there. And then 8, we've got 7 times 4, which is 28, which gets us to 14. Okay? All right, I like those comments there. Die name is equal to D4. Put that up there. All right. Cool. So with that, we don't need this. And I think we have another one we're not using. Or no, we inlined the method. Okay, so one more time. Okay, let's delete these. Yes. Delete card. Delete card. Glad I caught that. That would have been kind of like a not great, omission of thought to ship. Okay, so let's start with power level 1. Good. 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 Let's add, and also you can see, look, see it's legendary down here for the other ones, right? The rarity changes based on how they are. So this will be the most common one. So that's power level 1. Let's add a new deck here. We'll call this power level 2. Or maybe let's 4 tests like this. And then we're going to come over here, add power level 4, and see what we get there. That looks and feels good to me. Okay, so now let's go back over here. We're going to save, update the image, save, update the image, save, update the image. I love this card. Look how dirty the card is. It's great. Save and update that image. And why not do it here too? And everything, as you can see, everything is filling out like we want it to be filled out.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we've done that. Now let's upload this card. We got a breakpoint. I'm just going to skip past the breakpoints on this. Let's upload this card. Let's upload that card, and let's upload this card. And do the same with these 4. So right now I know there's a lot of clicks involved here. The goal is eventually to say, let's upload the whole deck and have the whole thing.
Yeah.
Work. Okay, with that now, we should be able to come over here, do a refresh. There you go.
There you go.
And now let's go look at them. Manage the collection.
Oh, look at that.
All right, now all we have to do is publish, publish, publish. Look at that nice big button they give me. Sweet. Yeah. So now we got our power level tests up here, which is good. Let's come back over here, power level 4 test. Let's just do the same thing there for a second. Publish, publish. This is really awesome what's happening here, because there's some tricky stuff in order to get the card up there. By the way, look, you can see the color coding. That means common. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Rory, you can't probably see it very well. This is green.
In this case, yeah, I can. It's not bad. The distinction between them is nice.
So here's one. This is common. This is rare. This is epic, and that's legendary, right there. So
nice.
That's what's going on there with those. So we can visually see, at least if you have full color vision, what those distinctions are right there. So those are the cards we've got. We've got the roll pieces in there. Now let's test them and see if they actually work. Let's go to test card. You're gonna see something here. Oh, look at that!
Yay!
Okay, now it goes on top of Fred, but they're not. I don't think they're Fred's. Are they Fred's cards? Let's see if Fred can hide them or not. They are Fred's cards. They should not be Fred's cards. They should not. They're given to him now, so we kind of have to fix that. We have to realize, oh, it's not actually going to a particular target. Let's get it out of there. But that's kind of cool. Let's hit the play card button and see what it looks like. Cool.
That's nice.
Cool. When I do the test, it tests it with the ID that I'm logged in at, which is on this URL is Dragon Humpers. So I can only test with that. So when I hit play card, it's going to always come in as Dragon Humpers up at the top. But you know, if the card was played by another player, you see their name instead. So when we do the die roll test, it'll also have that name showing up there.
Sure.
As well. Okay, cool. Next, so the card's coming down. Next, we need to trigger the die roll. And I think to do that, I'm going to stop the Card Maker app. Shoot, did I hit save? I don't remember if I hit save. I hit the individual save and uploads, but I don't think I actually saved that data out. Wouldn't that be bad if I did that? Now I need to add the, let's put a to-do in here on the Card Maker. To-do, prompt for save if dirty on...
Yep.
Okay, that's something to do there. Let's start over one more time and just see. Did I lose all those cards? I don't remember if I hit Control S or not. To save them. Looks like I lost them. Okay, interesting. So lost them from here. That's not good. That means we'll have to delete them from up here, but for right now I'll keep them. Okay, so next, let's change our startup app. to the Dragon Humper Dungeon Master app, which is here. Set startup project. Let's see if I can remember where we want to hook into this. The card is being played. We've got the Streamloots card hand manager. Streamloots hand, and actually down below we've got the Streamloots package with the Streamloots background task, which starts the service. The service has an event called Card Redeemed. Card Redeemed is hooked in by main. Here we go. The main window, and here we grab the card data out, and here's where we split out this piece. By the way, if we go in to edit one of these cards, we should see all those fields there, including, the alert message is empty. Shoot, that means I've got a problem.
That's the redemption message, right?
Yes, that's the redemption message. Dang it.
And redemption fields are gone as well.
Well, I didn't.
Did you have a target on those?
I didn't add it. No, I didn't. I was just a demo.
Okay, that was the sample earlier. Fair enough.
So that's a bummer. Let's try to figure that out. I guess we got to go back and fix that first. So we can't really do anything without that. Okay, so stepping backwards. Sometimes this happens. So this is the startup project.
Is there any chance there's a typo in the DTO that pushes the information? Because being that it's optional, the API might not complain if it was missing.
Yeah, we're going to have to look at that. I think this is going to take some, because there's no documentation, we're going to look closely at this, at what's wrong. Yeah, that's not good. That's going to be a tricky problem to solve, I think. Well, I think it's going to be it's a tricky problem to find out what's wrong. It's like one line of code somewhere. If only I knew that line of code right now. All right. Where do we write that when we hit upload? What do we do? Where's our upload? Client.addCard. So down the Streamloots client, add card. To set card with image view model. Redeem fields. Here's where we should have the field. Oh, wait. No, it's not redeemed fields. It's get redemption success message. Is that right? No, it's not that either. It's the alert. Alert message, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh. Did I not set that?
That would be a good reason for it not making it there.
But we saw it. If I tap the next reference on it, it's in add spellcast card. It's in add spell gift card, but it's not. What's going on? How am I actually modifying it? This may not be a hard one. Say anything card. Redemption success message. Interesting. That's what it should have been. It should have been alert message is what I should have set that to. Whoops, what did I do here? I got pasted in more than I wanted to. Alert message. I think that's what I need to do. I was looking at the redemption message. The redemption message is what's sent when they play the card. And the default for that is card played, enjoy. That's what it is. All right, let's go back. Going to delete a couple things from Streamloots here. My collections. Delete collection. Okay, those are deleted. One more time. Yeah, the alert message is what we want to change, not the redemption success. So if we come in and let's do the see anything mods, zoom out level 3, and look at those. Let's save those, upload those images. Let's hit Control S so we save. Let's also upload, 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 and upload. And let's come over here and take a look at what we got. Refresh. Follow the test, manage collection, publish, 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 publish. And there it goes from common, sorted in order of rarity. So common, rare, epic, legendary. What we have.
Looking good so far.
Let's test the card. Actually, not test it. Let's edit the card so we can see and verify that there's the message right there.
Yeah.
Played, say anything, and then we've got the roll die command right there. I almost think I should do it like that. So I should
Why's
see.
that?
Well, because if it's a comment, I've got behavior already that that tells the only to DM part to it.
Oh, I see.
But what I want to do is, I think I want to do check to see is, does the comment start with a bang? In which case, I'm going to go execute it. It's code.
Yeah.
That's what I think I'm going to do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back in one more time. Collection. It's on the clipboard. Okay, cool. Delete that collection. And I'm just going to do this so we don't have to regenerate those. And I'll change the code too. So just make these 4 changes here. Get them all at the right place. Yeah, looks like I did. Let's save one more time from here. Let's change the code too so we put that there. Okay, good. I think we can close this down now. But I didn't change it. I didn't change it up above. So now we'll be testing updating. See if updating works remotely.
Cool.
Power level test. So I've just made these changes on all of these. Let's go over here. Did I delete it? Okay, that's okay. It doesn't matter. So I'll have to upload them anyway. We're not chip testing updating. Get all 4 of them. I think I might miss one of the buttons. Refreshing. So I get the error. I'm getting the error because of the deck being missing. So I deleted the deck and I still have this. I think
Sounds
that might
plausible.
be my error.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Run it again. Upload, 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 upload. Okay, there we go. Cool. Publish, 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 publish. Edit card. There it is right there. Let's do this though. I want to test to see if update works. So I'm going to close that down and I'm going to do on the 44, I'm going to add a second exclamation mark right there. Hit upload like that. And then come back over here and where's my 44? 44 is right there. Let's come in there and let's edit the card. You see 2 of them? We do not. We only see 1.
No.
Looks like update needs some work. Okay.
I wonder if that's if you just refresh and go in, is it a caching issue in the site?
I was thinking the same thing. Let's check. Yeah, maybe.
Interesting.
Because now it's says it's hidden.
Now you've got 5.
Wait, where's the 5?
Well, there's
Oh,
5
you're
cards. So did it create a new one with the new
Yeah,
values?
there it is right there with the double. Okay, so
But was that the hidden one, I guess?
no. You know what it is? This is a problem I do remember. This is a problem that was in my to-do list to fix that I'm not doing yet. I need to do. When I upload a card, I need to get the card ID when it comes back and save it, so I know what to modify. Because otherwise,
Right.
I will think it's just a new card and keep uploading it. So that's
Sure.
what's going on. Okay, so anyway, we have these up here. Now it looks like we can stop this app. I think I got my breakpoint in the other app already. So we're going to switch over to that app. Set a startup project. I'm going to take my existing one that I've been just running from the command line, close it down, and now start this up. So we're going to have this running, and we'll be able to step through what happens when the card is played. And we'll figure out why the cards are going to Fred. They shouldn't go to Fred at all. They should just be played automatically. They should go like to the center of the screen, I think. If I was really good, I'd be able to keep track of locations and over time. So if 2 people play the card at the same time, one wouldn't be on top of the other.
Yeah, okay.
But I don't think I'm going to be that good. That's kind of what I think. I don't think I'm going to be that good. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Come in here, test card. Play card. Do we get the breakpoint? It looks like we do. Okay, so now we're at only to DM. Cool. Now I want to say, hey, if only to DM dot starts with, then it's a command. Execute card command like that, and I guess I'll send it. Use this only to DM. Hold on.
So is this an else tell the Dungeon Master, or are you going to tell him anyway?
No, it's an else,
Okay.
and that's what's going to happen there. I think that's what I'm going to do. So it's kind of an either or for now. These, you know,
Sure.
I'm not. We can maybe figure this out, a better way to do this. We're going to call this command. I need to send over, I think, the card. What's in card DTO? Character ID. Character ID is 4. How did I get set to 4? Command show card. What's in card? Username. That's who purchased it. Okay. I'm just going to run it for now while I think about what I want to do here. I guess I'm also sending, the card DTO. So before we get here, I want to first find out why is that a 4 for the character ID, because I think there's a mistake there. See if we can get that breakpoint again. What's my call stack? Card redeemed. do card DTO and do card. Let's figure this. I think this is my problem right here. Let's run it. Run it. All right, let's play it again. I think that's my problem. I think the target is empty. And if target is empty, it brings back a character ID of 0, I guess. Or no, it's going to be, I think the problem is in here. Let's just go over it, see what we get in here, what the code does. Player ID, yeah. Okay, get player from name. The name is empty. I think I want to do something different. I want to say, hey, look, if it's is null or white space, the target name, then I want to say return int min value. That's when I do that. All right, let's run it. Do that. Keep running there. And one more time, play card. This should be a min value coming back. There it is right there.
Yep.
And then now we have better data over here. And card DTO, character ID is that, min value. Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to send, I want to send the card DTO over as well. Let's duplicate this a second because I'm doing edit and continue right now. I'm going to change this to process card command. Ooh, a little bit of a delay there. Hold on a second. I'm seeing a little bit of a perf hit here. I want to just note that to the devs. So if you roll back about 20 seconds, you'll see a little bit of a perf hit. I noticed something a little earlier too, just for a moment where it kind of was slow, a little bit slow as I was going through the process here of just editing, making some changes in the editor. Take a look at it. This is my 10K file. It's got 10,000 lines of code in it. It's kind of a big file. But see if you can find anything in the logs. Let's just throw that out there. Even there, and with all those keystrokes coming over, you just notice it came while editing. Geez, I can't even get that right. Yeah, it's even here, it's slow. Editing, the 10K file, C# file. All right, that's the name of the issue. Let me put that in the chat room. For Dog Food and Code Rush, 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday, here on the live show, live 30 show. And then anyway, over here, what I want to do is I want to send over the card DTO. Is what I want to do, which I assume is just a type card DTO. There it is right there. So we'll do that. We'll put this here. That, and now we've got process card command. And we're going to call this here. Put a big to-do up here. We're going to do this, to-do, delete. Okay, that. And now here we're going to say the command and then the card DTO. Yeah, it's slow. It is ea.cardDTO. Change this to comments. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay, so now we're in process card command coming in here, and now we've got the command, which is roll die 4d4 say anything. And now this is when we want to build up the die roll. Hold on a second, I just heard somebody scream. Okay, I think there's a dead scorpion in the house, and it's so blah, gross, is apparently what somebody said. So, okay, process card command. I'm going to just run it for now for a second here. So we're running. I want to see if I can close and move. Yeah, I just want to get rid of Fred's cards there for a second. Okay, so now we're at this process card command. somewhere in here I've got something. Let me drop a marker here so we can come back. Somewhere in here I've got to roll the dice. Roll dice. Like that. Unleash the next roll. So here's the thing. Let's see. Let's unleash the next roll. Yeah, the die rolling on here has actually evolved into something that's way more advanced and complex than I would have expected. I've got next die roll type. Next die roll scope. I think I want to close down the app a second. I want to add a new entry to roll scope here. It's going to be a viewer. So there's going to be a viewer scope now.
Okay.
Set roll scope UI. That's nice. Well, that's set UI from control. But active player, everyone, individuals. I think we're going to have to kind of keep going in this. Right here. That Codebase Alpha piece is right in here. Comments in here. Oh yeah, Codebase Alpha I remember was like, don't you want to do this? And I'm like, I don't think it'll ever change. And and he said, and I said, in fact, I'm so confident. I wrote down, Mark says his method will never change. Need to change. Codebase Alpha says, let's see. And I put his little icon right there in the piece. And look, I changed it again, and I had to put all my comeuppance comments out there. And now I'm changing it one more time. Don't laugh; it's not that funny. Really not funny at all. And then we're going to say active viewer is what we're going to say, something like that. What did I call it? Just a viewer scope. And then we're going to say RPC viewer. That's what we're going to say. Let's check. Then now we got to go through. Let's go see what's going on here. Set next roll scope UI. Looks like I need the same kind of situation here. Everything okay? Wait, what is that?
Dead squirrel.
Oh, I thought you said it was a scorpion.
Nope, it's a dead squirrel.
And I need to take care of that. I'm like the guy. Wow, kids. That's a little sad. It's beautiful, but the kids just found this on the floor. Here, let me see if I can get that in focus for you. You can see it.
Wow.
That is like a Costa Rican squirrel they found dead on the floor. Rory, I'm gonna go take care of that. I'll be right back, buddy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hit the back, the be right back screen, so you won't have to say anything while you're waiting on me. Okay?
Okay.
Be right back.
No problem.
I'm gonna remove the squirrel. Be right back. All right, coming back in. That was super sad. That was like a much tinier squirrel than I thought from the picture. It was super cute and beautiful. Give the kids hugs. removed it, and
File this under things you didn't actively expect would be part of the job description when they said you're going to be a dad.
yeah, didn't think the dog would be bringing in, you know, that part right there. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see what else. Where else we're using this? It's a role scope for players. Just seeing what's going on here. So this is a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm just adding the UI. To be honest, I'm like, I don't think I'm going to manually trigger this at all, but I'm adding it. Viewer, that.
I mean, effectively, it's there for debug purposes. If you do find yourself having to force the issue and maybe some other part of the system's not working, it's nice handy to have this around.
Yeah. Hold on, let's scroll down here a second. Targeted NPCs, viewers. And this one, I'm just not sure about what we're going to do here. I think I'm almost going to create my own new event handler for it. And I think I'm not going to do anything. Let's see what's going on with everyone. Let's go in and RB everyone check. Okay. It looks pretty much identical to the piece above it. All right. What's individual look like? Closer, it's show hide UI player UI. It's not quite the same. Check all players. What's check all players doing? Yeah, I don't think we need to do that. Show hide player UI. Player role options. I'm going to call that false, actually, that I want to send to it so it doesn't show the UI. Okay. Moving our way back here. So let's go into active player. We'll scope as active player. Okay. Okay. This should be RB viewer, not NPC. At some point, I think, do we check what role scope is going to do? Here's the dice roll. Complete cast do. Cast a spell needing completion. If dice roll dot I have a dice group property on here too. Do I want to back up what I just did? Got this dice group property I added that has basically, it can be for players or viewers. And this is what's used down below to decide where to put it.
Yeah.
I was thinking the scope was going to then influence this piece, but now I'm kind of feeling like I don't want to do that. It's kind of what I think I want to do. I instead want to do code like this. I want to undo what I just did, I think. Just dice group dot, if it's equal to viewers, then return. So viewers are never going to complete the cast of a spell. That's kind of what's going on there in the complete cast. Let's continue to see what else happens in there. Delayed dice roll. Okay, that's if we're going to queue that up. Okay, fine. And, you know, things might get hard here because right now we've already got one queue, but I think we're going to have to create 2 different queues for die rolls in here. I think this is going to be a little bit more complicated. But let's try to get something happening where we just get a die roll coming out. At least get that for today. And we'll see how far we can push it beyond that. The group inspiration as well should not come from that unless it's, did I have that already on the clipboard? Whoops, that's not what I wanted. So if the dice roll is equal to players, then this works. That's okay. Force Wild Magic roll, this roll is equal to false. I think that's okay there. Actually, probably not. Let's do this too. All right. If there's a spell name associated with it, must roll dice to cast. Spell hit or miss, show spell hit or miss in game. Doing spell effects, that's with the player. It's expecting the player though. So I think for now I'm going to say no. I'm not going to put that in there. It's only if it's players where we're going to do that. Second to last roll is equal to last roll is equal to dice roll. Yeah, now we got problems here. We've got this code was built in the mindset that we weren't going to have to do similar work in a different space and preserve the two. We're gonna have problems here. In the interest of getting something working, I'm going to say solve these problems later. Okay. Player role options count. Yeah, all this dice roll is one player. I don't care about any of this. All of this, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. All of this is going to go into here, and then this is all going to be extracted into its own method. I'm going to take all of that. What happened? Did I lose a slash? I did. Okay. All of that's going to go to one method. Initialize for player role, like that. Okay, so shoot, we are using a player outside of it. Do a safe invoke called followed by seriously roll the dice, and then we got a player at the end. I think I'm going to need to return the player. From here. Convert to function, and I also reminds me I've got to get the latest version of CodeRish back here. All right, so we're going to come in here. We're going to say player, which is of type character. Set that equal to null. And right here, we're going to say players equal to initialize for player role. Then we'll get our players that we needed down below afterwards. Set player base role state. Yeah. So this is also similarly, hey, it's one of these kinds of things right here. If the group is this, then we want to come in and let's extract all of this into its own method. And we're going to call this, that's so weird. I'm at the end of the method. I'm not in a for loop or anything. And yet extract method wants to return it to player. I disagree with that. It shouldn't return it at all. But we're going to say reset player state like that. Oops.
Where does player come from there? Is that a passed in value?
Yeah, it's passed in. I'm just I'm making this. I want to make this a void here. I don't need to return it. I don't know why I thought I needed to return it. It looked like a mistake in the extract method logic to me. Okay, I think that now we've got a little bit. We're in a little bit better space here. Dice group. We need to set it before we call roll the dice. We need. I don't need the. Do I need to keep this player scope or not? The scope. I think I'm going to keep it. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going back and forth on this. Oscillating, vacillating. Roll scope is what I think it was. I think I'm going to take it out. I'm going to. It's redundant data if I keep it in, but it's data that also we should, Codebase Alpha wins if I put this in. He totally wins. But what was I going to say? Shower bracing. Have a good day.
We have raid. 117 people.
Just as I'm sitting here trying to figure out what
Enrico, I think. Enrico, perhaps?
Saint Muhammad is following. Welcome.
Come on in, everyone.
Nairo4, welcome. Ericto is rating. Thanks so much, Ericto. I've not checked out your stream yet. I should go check that out. Thanks for the raid. We appreciate it. We are in the middle of doing some C# coding. We're in WPF right now. We're going to maybe step into TypeScript a little bit as well today. We're working on a system that allows us to play cards allows viewers to play cards during a live Dungeons and Dragons stream where we've got special effects occurring and things like that. And I'm just sitting here oscillating over whether I'm going to add viewer or not is kind of what I've been oscillating about. I did add it, and now I'm thinking it's kind of a redundant bit of information because I've got it's kind of kept somewhere else. And
the question is, do the things that can access roll scope, can they access the dice group, which is where this other location is?
They kind of can. They're both roll scope and dice group are together. So it is. It's almost like I maybe need to change roll scope into main roll scope or something. I've got a couple different options on this, and I'm just debating semantics really in the moment. We're going to try and get out of this debate here. I got the build succeeded. Let me start this up, and I'll show you a little bit about what we're talking about. We're basically this coding show for about the last 2 years has been answering the question: what would it look like if a major company like ESPN was producing a show, a live Dungeons and Dragons show, like live tabletop gaming show, like Dungeons and Dragons. That's kind of what we are. Man, have IQ level of Tesla. Are we talking about me? And okay,
I think
cool. Maybe
we are.
Well, thank you very much. It could just look like that from this, giant, flipping head up here. Let's see, what was I going to say here? So basically, this is what this looks like here a little bit, right? The different players comes up. This is kind of what the UI looks like. We can roll some dice here. Like I can say, let's throw out 5 D12s with necrotic damage. And the die look out and they've got the necrotic damage effect outside of them. Or I can say, let's throw out
25 necrotic damage.
Let's throw out an inspiration die, for example. It looks like that. So the die can have different effects as they come out. They kind of give you a sense of what they are. Like here's some fire damage, right there. There's some acid damage. There's some cold damage.
It should be noted, Mark, though, that it's not just the effects that we've got going on here. We've got a system that recognizes the purpose of the numbers and is able to inflict that damage on people when it's targeted at them.
Right,
so what we've done is build a system to enable the Dungeons and Dragons to be proceeding as smoothly as possible, with no need for somebody to manually add things up or figure out the correct things that have applied to somebody.
Sorry, Roy.
All of this stuff being handled for
I had to
the
take some
Dungeon
damage
Master.
there. No, it's okay. It's just like, sorry. It's just like, I need a Band-Aid on me. I'm just not sure what man. I think I'm applying pressure. It's gonna be okay. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Look out, Fred.
Oh, there we
Incoming.
go. There we go. We're down to just a little bit of a gush. It's okay. Yeah, so there's a
Maybe we
lot
need
of
to heal up the Mark.
yeah, there's a lot of effects in there. Yeah, you're right. Fine, I'll heal up. Since you just told me to heal up, let's heal me right there. There we go. One of the things that's cool. Notice the effects are going behind me and in front of me. Right? It's
Yes.
like, oh, look at those effects going around me, right? Like that, and then behind me. It's one of the things we've done on the show. So we're doing a lot of fun special effects on the show. I'll show you just a few other things that we did and we coded recently. One of the things we did is the ability to create conditions. For example, so I can say I'm blinded, or I'm charmed, and I'm deafened. And so we can just pop these up. In fact, I can just throw these out.
Mark's
like
having
that.
a bad day.
Yeah, right there. Or I can just get rid of them. So that's what we're going for, is that kind of a look. What was the other thing? I was going to show you, rolling, for example. Let's say Fred and I want to roll some dice like there, and we want to roll for acrobatics skill check. Like that. Ooh, we didn't see any dice come out. That might be a bug based on what I just did. Let's try one more time on that. Let's see if I
Did we just break something?
maybe. We broke something.
Looks like we did. Well, most of what we've just been doing is to change. Well, in some cases, the ordering of things. Not much though. It's changing based on the presumed nature of the role. We were trying to introduce a role that was from the perspective of the viewer rather than from any player.
Yep.
And therefore, maybe we've decided to do this at the wrong time, in the wrong way.
Dice script should be initialized to players. And it's never set to viewers. So the code we wrote shouldn't have changed there. The other option was with roll scope, where we got this viewer roll scope here, that we did add that kind of change there. But yeah, viewers not checked or selected over here. What happens if I do something out here? Let's do a great axe attack and roll that. Does that work? I think I want the breakpoint there. That's still gone.
We definitely got dice there, so...
Yeah, so why aren't the skill checks working?
+9.
Definitely not working.
Failure.
Skill checks are broken.
It's quite a
apparently.
specific thing to be broken. I maybe think we didn't just break that. That might have been broken by something else.
I mean, we've got a piece of repeatability, so let's give it a...
That's true.
Let's see if we can find it. There we go. So right in here. That's a screen clip. We're right in here from this point. It's got a delay of when it wants to roll this. What's the dice roll? Let's look at it. No dice PTOs. Skill check charisma. So it's a skill check charisma, player roll options. Player ID 2. That should be me. My player ID. So that looks like it's good.
Okay.
So that says it come back later, basically, because it's a delay millisecond thing. And now I think we're coming back in with the same die roll again. We did, charisma skill check right there. Okay. So complete cast. Right there. We're gonna get the player back. Safe invoke. This is just some UI changes right here that are happening. Seriously, roll the dice.
What's the player? The ID?
It should be 2. Let's see. Player roll scope. Player roll options. Player ID is 2. That's me.
Okay.
Okay.
Because we did have one small change of functionality. Instead of returning a 0 for a player ID at one point, we are now doing a min-int.
Yeah. So here we're going with this serialized object. That's not very big, so that should all be good. So it's boom. That should roll the dice.
Okay, so data's good on the C# side of things.
I broke something down below. It looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go find it. All right.
We did refactor a dice roller the other day.
I know. But I'm like, but we used this last night, Rory, and it worked. We didn't have this problem. And this is after the refactoring. So, you know, let's give it some data. Let's inspect. See if we get any error messages down here. Wouldn't that be sweet? I'll take an error message.
Error message would be handy.
Yeah, so let's see. We can do insight. Roll it.
Inside. Failure.
Let's just immediately didn't even get
Getting a
rid of it.
lot of failures. That's a suspicious number of fails. Do you have a very low value or very high value to try and beat?
It didn't even roll the dice though.
Failure.
Okay, what's going on?
In fact, I don't think you've had a successful skill roll.
Yeah, hold on a second. I think there might have been a problem of lowering or bringing it up, and it was trying to roll it. Let's try one more time. Arcana. I haven't had any skill roll. Dice should come out right here.
4 + 5. Failure.
And nothing here. What's this? This is just, I think, the one above here. So we're roll the dice. Let's do one more time. Let's clear all this. Clear the console. Let's roll the dice one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to take the dice roll data.
Failure.
So no DTOs, individual rolls, no rolls, player roll scope options, one player, that's me. Suppress legacy roll is false. So it should go with the legacy roll on that. So there's two different kinds of rolls that occur. Dang. Deep in TypeScript is the solution to this, is what it looks like to me. I'm a lot like, you know what I want to do is I think I'm going to hold this. I'm like, on the one hand, I want to preserve this, this state. Can I copy this? Stores a global variable. Do you know anything about that, Rory?
I don't know about that now.
All right, I just want to copy this. There we go. Copy that whole thing. I just want to copy that and save that. So hopefully I can look at that a little later today or tomorrow or sometime in the future. We didn't see this roll. We didn't see this roll. The skill check.
Is Merking a particularly unskilled character in these particular areas?
Stop that,
Because
Rory.
there was not a single success roll in any of those.
There wasn't, but because no dice came out. That's the problem.
We did get numbers. If you look in the chat, we've got different numbers. Failing in 0s, 4s, 2s, and a lot of 5s at the end.
I think it may be adding my bonus to it, to the 0. I think that's what it's doing. Let's double check that.
That's possible.
Let's go to the second page here. What are my bonuses here? Well, I don't look like I have any 0 bonuses. So insight, what do I have for insight? I have +1. So I should have at least gotten a 1 there. Arcana is +1 as well. I don't know why that's a 5. You're right. That's really something weird and interesting there. I think something else is going on.
You did get consistent numeric values for consistent skills.
Okay.
So the animal always got 4, Arcana always got 5, Insight always got 0.
Let's see what happens if I cast like Chill Touch. Get some die rolls there. Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right, yeah, so it's really looking like skill checks. What about saving
5
throws?
+ 8. Making contact. That is a hit.
Save?
The chronic failure.
Yeah, saving throws aren't working either. So saving throws and skill check are not working. My intelligence saving throw should be +2. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that seems not working with regards to that. So we broke something. Skill check. I'm just making note here on the on this page right here. Skill check and saving throws failed too. And it feels like maybe we somehow broke it just now. To be honest, because this was working last night.
The plot of D&D did call for saving throws
Yeah.
and or skill checks, yeah?
Yeah, we did both of them as I recall.
Okay.
Let's play with that idea for just a second. Oh, I know what it is. See what we did here?
Mm-hmm.
We've got this down in here.
Oh. The enumeration has different internal values because it doesn't know about the extra value.
That's my problem. Let's do that.
That'd definitely cause you some trouble, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the fix right there. Let's go double check that. Let's refresh my die roller. Is that the only thing I need to modify on that? Just in case, I'm going to refresh all the pages. There's the front overlay, the die roller overlay, and now the back overlay. Refresh. I think I'm feeling good about that as the likely fix.
Yeah.
Let's start up the app again. Just take a second to load up all the data for it. It's going out to a Google Sheet and getting the document data, the data for all the spells and the monsters for the game.
I like it when we find a logical reason for a problem. The confidence going into this is high, I think, knowing that this is going to sort it out.
Yeah, I think this could be it. Okay, so cool, and let's go trigger a skill check here one more time. So let's do for both Fred and myself. Let's do an intimidation check. Roll it. There we go.
There's some dice.
Okay.
There we go.
So the world is better place. All right. So
Indeed it
we've
is.
got this clear dice button here. I'm going to need another clear dice button. That's what I'm going to need. I think we've got the breakpoints. Did I just close down the app? I didn't need to do that. I'm going to edit and continue the heck out of this thing. Let's close this down. Starting it up again. And we'll trigger the card play. Is what we're doing. I don't need that anymore. That's nice. That. Okay, there's my
So for
card
those
play.
coming in who we've been introducing the D&D concept to for our show here, the cards are going to be purchasable by viewers, by those in the chat room and what have you, and they'll be usable to inflict actual effects on players or other characters within the live D&D show.
Yeah. So we're trying this now. We're looking for a breakpoint. We've got this right here coming back as a negative. And there's the card coming up. Good. And that's not bad. I kind of want the play animation with it because it's an instant play card. And I kind of want it coming up in the middle. So that's some TypeScript we're going to have to make some changes to. But it's going to be, we didn't get that breakpoint there in that, what's it, process card command. I guess I lost the breakpoint. All right, set the breakpoint there. First one, I want to trigger that roll, the die roll. So we've got, it's associated with this card. We have, let's edit the card so you can see it. We have this commented command coming back in. So roll die 44, say anything. That's what we're looking to come back from this. Don't know why I didn't get it. Oh, I did get a breakpoint. All right, cool. So there I am. Roll die 44, say anything. So I want to say, I guess we'll do this. We're going to kind of cheat a little bit here for, the purposes of getting the die roll out of here. If the command starts with roll dice, which I think is what it is, roll die. Okay. If it starts with the roll die, then we're going to come in here and we're going to say, okay, cool. We're going to say parameters equal to command dot. Come on, where's my dot? There it is. Everything after. No IntelliSense on that. Ooh. I think it could be that I don't have the right, maybe the right DLL in. Or it could just be the delay that we're seeing. Everything after. No, did it find it finally? There it is. Everything after the open paren. And then I want to do that dot everything before. Wow, look at the performance on this.
That's pretty bad.
Everything looks good here though. My machine's not bad. What do we got here? TeleRush is on. Let's turn it off and see if Visual Studio is faster. Hitting control space. Nothing.
Nope.
Control space. It's not getting the it's getting the extension methods. Nope, there it is. Well, why didn't I typed it in? It's a little weird. Let me try to control space here. Okay, got it. Let's turn on IntelliRush. Control space. Yeah, I feel like it's a report. We're gonna report it. All right, kids, we're dogfooding CodeRush here. Here's another performance issue here. I just turned on IntelliRush. I'm hitting control space right here. You see, there it is. I'm hitting that key. Nothing is coming up right there for that. I'm not sure if this is a, if I type an E space, nothing comes up. If I turn off IntelliRush, control space, still nothing comes up. So it's not internally. Control space, nothing comes up. So yeah, okay, fine. So Visual Studio is not doing it either. Control space, nothing comes up. This is insane. It's just a string. Let's do this. Dot. Okay, Visual Studio came up that quickly with the dot. Let's see what happens with IntelliRush. Dot. Not coming up. So there's an IntelliRush problem here, I think, maybe. Let's do something for a second. I'm gonna just put my initials right here. Thought I put in two commas. Okay, here we go. So my initials right there, so you can search for them. Let's make the code at least there. I'm in edit and continue, so hopefully you won't have to do that to reproduce. But it's this 10,000 line file right here. And now what I want to do is I want to just check this in so you've got something you can look at here. So let's do this. How did say anything? Card gen to card maker. We working on viewer roles like that. Let's take all of this, pop it up there so you've got the exact code you need to reproduce. Let's go tag it. We're going to call this perf issue. What was it? IntelliSense. And push tag to the origin. Cool. Let's add that tag. Let's go out there and get a link to that tag. I'm going to give you, or you might be able to just find it out there. I'll give this to you in, let me give this, wait, I want this one right here. Copy link address. I'm going to send that to you in Skype.
Yep.
And then you can
tag the mail.
Tag the email. Everything will be good in just a second. Almost done reporting this issue here. Another perf issue. Yeah, look at that. Performance issue. IntelliSense. So I saw both IntelliSense and IntelliRush. Performance issues, but I also saw an issue with IntelliRush in terms of coming up. Definitely a discrepancy there. Hopefully you can find it. Let me go put this in the chat room. When I set this to the chat room, then we send that email out. And actually, check to see if did you get the earlier email from my issue I reported earlier, Rory?
I believe so.
Cool. The reason I was asking is because remember when I accidentally showed all my secrets on the other episode? I had to redo everything, and I wanted to make sure you were still getting that.
Yes, I know I did.
Everything before, and I wanted to get the last, everything before the last closing paren. Like that. And so that's going to be my parameters right there. Let's just continue to step through, see how we do there. Good. So now I've got my parameters. Then I want to split them. On the comma. Oh, really? Look at that. Can you tell the devs to watch for another minute or
Sure.
two since the original reporting time? Yeah, watch for another minute because that just happened right there. There's definitely something like worrisome about this. Try one more time on declare local. That time it worked, but they can watch the steps. There's a problem with declare local. We're going to call this params. Maybe parameters. Oh man. All right, let's do this. I'm going to rename this one kind of manually. This is going to be parameter stir. Then we get our parameters, and let's come back up here again. Now we're going to do the create a die roll for this. Okay. So, I guess, how do I roll the dice? Like roll dice. I want one that has parameters to it. Let's look only at methods. Roll dice now, handler, enable roll dice, roll the dice. There we go, it takes a die roll and a delay.
Feels good.
Okay, so we're going to say new die roll. Takes a die roll, right? Isn't that what it was? A dice roll. The perf is getting me. Like it's almost getting me to the point. There, look at that. It did it again.
Ooh.
Have them watch for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I think this is related to the perf issue that we're seeing in here. Maybe also related to it. Continue. I'm going to kill the app. Is what I'm going to do. Let's see. Do we gain anything by doing that? How's speed now? Still seeing this gathering suggestions. This is an issue we were working on in very large files, like 10K files. The devs, I thought I'd fix that. I did not, in fairness, download. Yeah.
I've seen that a few times just this evening whilst you've been operating against that. That's the, what was it, the identical if analyzer? Seems to be the one that hangs around a lot, but I don't know if these things are done in parallel, so maybe that's not a fair statement.
It's not really a strong indicator that I've seen. In fact, if you fix one, it moves to another kind of. It's kind of this multi-threading kind of issue, but it does seem like performance is better now that we're not doing edit and continue now. Okay, so this is going to be, what is it? Is it fair to say it's damage only? Because it's kind of a flat add-on dice. Maybe I could do add-on dice. I don't have a viewer dice kind of thing right here. The vantage kind is normal and the damage dice is there. Okay, good. So there's dice roll. Then we're going to say dice roll dot what? I want to say dice DTOs. I think that's what I want to work on here. So dice DTOs is Are these created, by the way? Let's see if these are created by default. Or will we have to create them? Yep, they're created by default. Cool. Okay, so dicedtos.add. And then we're going to say, do I have a way to get this from a dice string? Like I'm hoping to see that. Nope. All right, so we'll say new dice DTO. Hold on one second. I'm just going to mute for a second. They got the TV on. It's a little loud or something they're watching. I want to see where else I'm adding DTOs. Dice DTO. Create die. Oh, is the call, but that's a local call here. Oh, I see. It's just putting all of that in there. Okay. Let's take that at least, and we'll just kind of use that as our starting point here. Yeah, identical if, yeah, some of those are taking a while there. Okay, so let's say dice DTO is that. We're going to add it. All right, the dice DTO. Player name is equal to card DTO dot card dot username, I think. There it is. Sweet. Creature ID is going to be equal to
Minint, is it for this?
Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to do. I don't know how that translates going down below, but hopefully that'll be okay. This is the sides of the die. The sides of the die are equal to... Actually, maybe there's a better way that we can get this. Well, let's just do this. We'll hard code the 4. Is there a number or quantity property, or what do I have? Number?
Yep, quantity.
Oh, there it is, quantity. Cool. So let's just try to throw out like 2 D4s. That's what we'll try to do. We'll set the back color. Its back color is string, or is it? Yeah, it's a string. All right. So it's kind of going for a default black right there. Maybe we'll just go with those defaults for now. Data. The data is going to be. I'm rolling the die. I need to know, I kind of need to reattach it to the card is what I need to do. So something in card DTO. Card's got a GUID inside of it. So if I make the data the GUID of the card, and then I want to save this card, is what I want to do.
Okay.
And so I want to have a, what's the data type of card right here? Streamless card. So I want to have a new list of those Streamless cards right there called, I don't know, saved cards for die roll or something, for viewer die rolls. Okay, so I want to add that, and then with that being added, I can get it later after that stops. So we'll come in here, we'll say add, we're going to say card DTO.card. Yeah, I'm still seeing the performance issues here. Let me try one other thing. Because we've started and done edit and continue a number of times. I'm going to close down and come back up and see what the impact is on performance.
Okay. Oh.
This is another project that I noticed I had already started down below. I had opened up overlays twice, and so I think those were both opening at the same time. Okay, back over here again. Where was I? What am I doing here? What do I need to do? I need to add, okay, I added the card to that piece right there. And at some point later, I want to match this up to the card and then do something additional, whatever the card says to do. So in my case, it's like a say anything card. So I'm going to, bind it to the username so the user gets a certain number of times that they can say anything. That's kind of what we're ultimately getting with this, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We'll get it to work. Let's do this since we're in... yeah, no, it's still feeling slow. It's feeling slow. I think we got to run. We're ready to do a run on this. I didn't do... I've got the DTOs. I added them. And then I want to say roll the dice. And pass in the dice roll. Oh, I want to do one other thing. I want to say the dice group is equal to dice group.viewers.
Yes.
In that other group. And I might as well, this is that thing that was kind of controversial before, is this roll scope. I added viewer as well. And I'm not sure I'm feeling it because they're both at the same level. It's just the only reason I really added it is because roll scope was very clearly, these these four, and viewer is definitely a different scope. So
yeah,
I don't know on that. It could also be that I could, work my way around this and get rid of dice group. One of the two I should get rid of. Okay, let's run it. See if we actually get anything coming out here. It could be too that we're missing something in dice DTO or dice roll. And we got to work with parameters here. We should probably, if somewhere we have control in here, we should really parse parameters to get the size and the quantity. Okay, here we go. We're up. Are we connected? We are connected. Let's play the card. Test the card. Play the card. Do we have a breakpoint? We got a breakpoint. Setting up the dice roll. Adding it. Calling roll the dice. Nothing happened. A little bit dismayed, but also curious. All right, whoops. I want to go to die roller there. Let's go see if we have any issues down here. Console. All right. Refresh. Test the card. Nothing's coming down. Oh, we're still here. Run. Oh, I like this.
There's error.
Dice roll data.
Luck multiplier.
No, it's dice roll data is null.
Oh, I see. Yep.
Dice roll DTO. Something's wrong. So dice roll data. So to get here, for this to be null, we got to be here, and what's passed in and need to roll out on dice is null. Is what I'm seeing. Dice roll data is initially null.
That seems correct.
That's a little trickier to find on that, I think. Wait a second. That doesn't make sense to me. We came in through this call. If dice roll data dot type is equal to add-on dice, which it was, that's what I set it to. Need to roll add-on dice here. Maybe I should change this property from add-on dice to something different. Need to roll add-on dice. Go back up into that again. Let's look at that code really carefully. So this is valid coming in. That's valid. So here it should be set to a valid value. It should totally be valid here. I'm not seeing it. Cannot set property of undefined. Meaning dice roll data is undefined. Oh. It's undefined, not null. So what happens is dice roll data is undefined. So what I really need to do is if not dice roll data here on 3532. That's my conclusion there. It's not because I can have both. Let's go in there. What file was that? With the dice roller, the die roller, dice roller. Okay, there it is. 3532. So I want to change this to that. If not, dice roll data. Let's give that a shot. So we're getting better news on that. Refresh.
Unfortunately, Mark, I've reached the end of my time for the day.
Okay.
And thus I've got to have to go.
Okay, buddy.
However, I will be back on Tuesday to join you in continuing adventures of D&D coding.
Thank you.
And we shall see where we get to.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, bud. Have a good one.
All right.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
You too. See you on Tuesday. Thank you, Rory. So, interestingly, even with this change, it says it's undefined. If we go back one, yeah, there's no way we can get in there without dice roll data being DTO being valid. Yeah, I don't understand it. I'm going to step away from this and try to change it up in C#, is what I'm going to try to do. Is this undefined? Yeah, it's undefined. Cannot set property multiplier of undefined. It says a dice roll data is undefined. But I'm following the code and I don't see it. I know it's valid coming in here based on this call stack. Right, we're passing in dice roll DTO here, which is there. There's no way this can be true without a valid value. It's got to be valid. So I set the valid value there, go in, I pass it in, need to roll add-on dice. And somehow, from this entry of the call to here, this becomes undefined. And I've got a not check here. So not on undefined, shouldn't that be true? Well, maybe that's my assumption. Maybe that's wrong. Or I could just flat out say if it's undefined. Is there an is undefined? No, guess not. Let's try that. Oh, you think that this is undefined? I don't know. No, because then it would have said can't. Well, I don't know. Maybe you're right. Let's see what this does. Play the card. Same problem. It should have been set here to it. Let's do this. Let's do that out. Just refresh. Okay, trigger it. Cannot set property bent left multiplier of undefined. What? Did I fail to refresh this? I thought I refreshed it. Just not get the data. It looked like it didn't quite line up with the code changes. Yeah, the error message is in a weird place. Need the cache hard reload. One more time, play card. Okay. It's in the wrong place, but we need to figure that out. But it's not bad. Okay. Why is it coming in green? Is the other question I'm not sure about there. Okay. So at least we've got the card, but it's also, it's weird. It's not a D4 coming out. Why is that the case? Let's try again. Play card. And nothing. Two four-sided die coming out in a D4. It could be the add-on. I'm going to change add-on in a second because that's like not ringing a bell for me what that is. I think that might be an older style. Let's try one more time. Get that. Extra only. Let's try extra only instead. See how that looks. Any better? Nothing's coming out. Oh, because we're at a breakpoint. Interesting. Okay. Now that's way better. Okay, good. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Nice. Next. I want to change the color of the die and just make sure, verify that I have control of that. Let's make the die match as well. Let's maybe do the die match part first. So we have two parameters on this when we get down in here. What is it? One is the text we want to add. So let's get that. Die text or die label, maybe call it that. Die label is equal to parameters of 1. Is it the second one or the first one? Yeah, it's 1 right there. Okay, so the die label is that. And then we're going to say the die string is equal to parameters of 0. Then we're going to say I want to do die string dot split, and I'm going to split by the letter D, which is right in the middle of that. That's going to give me, should give me 2, and I need to do some error checking in here as well. We're going to call this the die parts. Let's come in here too, and let's say, hey, look, if parameters is equals 2. Parameters dot length is equal to 2. And we're going to do all this. And for die parts, we're going to say if die parts dot length is equal to 2 as well, we're going to come into this. And we're going to say quantity and sides like this. And we're going to say so if try parse that, then if try parse part 1 out of sides, then we're going to do all that. All right. Can't tell where I am in terms of the, just put it right there. So there we go. Die label, say anything. Die string is equal to 4d4. And now we have quantity and sides. Wait. Oh yeah, 4d4. That's right. Okay, good. We'll come in here. We're going to say quantity is equal to quantity. Sides is equal to sides. Let's go ahead and influence this right now. We'll say back color is equal to, let's go get a color from our image editing program. Let's take a, I'm gonna get a maroonish color in here. Right in there. Cool. So back color is equal to that. So font color is equal to, make it white. What is this? Sides right there. Sides and quantity. Label. What's our label? Label is equal to die label. Good. Okay. And need a semicolon there, I think. And run it. All right, good. Okay. Now those will never clear. When I hit the clear dice button is right down there. It's let me bring it up if I can bring it up in time. I can't quite do it. Okay, it's trying to clear it, but they're on the wrong page. Is the problem. So my clear dice, I need to kind of work on that. Let's do this. Let's refresh the. Let's get clear dice working next. Let me refresh this so they get off screen for a second. And let's talk about clear dice and how that's going to look. We need, I think, 2 buttons to do clear dice effectively. We need one for the main, the player dice. Yeah. So right now we've got this clear dice button, which is, I think, hidden. It's showing up right down here. And I want to create a second one of these. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to take that and we're going to say clear. Actually, before I do that, let's do a rename on this. We're going to call this clear player dice. And then we're going to have a separate button for clearing viewer dice. Clear player dice is there. Let's also rename this. Let's rename everything, the clear player dice button. And clear the dice. Let's go see what's going on there. Clear dice. Look at that. We are going to, I was going to do promote to parameter, but I don't see it, so I'll do introduce local first. Only going to give me introduce constant. Fine. Then I'm going to clear that. Then I'm going to come here and I'm going to say promote to parameter. Okay, cool. Change that to TypeScri. Okay. Now we're going to, can we promote that to a parameter? Nope. We can do the introduce constant though. We'll just kind of do this a step at a time here. I'll call it dice group. Get rid of that. Promote to parameter. Okay. Update clear button timer. Update clear player. Clear player dice. Button timer stop. Button roll dice is enabled. Button roll player dice is enabled. What's SP special throws? What's in that? Special attacks. Oh, okay. All right. Let's rename that. Waiting to clear player dice is equal to false. Activate pending player shortcuts in 1 second. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to say, hey, if dice group is equal to dice group.players, I want to do all of this. And in fairness, I think I can move this to the end and we'll be fine. And I want to do all of that. And then else, I want to do another set of things that are kind of similar. But we'll change each one. There's going to be clear viewer dice. Button clear viewer dice visibility. Button roll. Where there's no button, we don't need that. We don't need this. Waiting to clear player dice. This is going to be waiting to clear viewer dice. Activate pending player shortcuts. I want to see what this is. Pending shortcuts timer. I have a feeling this is actually what does our queue. It's not our queue. Okay, I'm going to rename it to still player shortcuts like this. So our queue is in another place. That's what it looks like. Okay, so we're down to these pieces right here. Let's go base them on these. Using CodeRush's duplicate selection. This should be update clear player dice button. That's what that should be. And this one should be update clear viewer dice button. Okay, time, the clear button's been visible. Clear button show time. Should be clear. Player dice button show time. And then we'll change this one to viewer dice right here. Where did we get our pause time from? Here, player, dice, pause time. Let me come down and make this a clear viewer, dice, pause time, clear paused. Okay, we got that. Let's rename this. Do this. Let's duplicate these. Hey, Pudding. Bonk. Okay. Button clear player dice click. You want to duplicate this. Button clear viewer dice click. Just click the clear viewer dice button and then clear the dice. And we want to say send in viewers here. You miss Roy, you just left us. You did, but he was great. Okay, let's, what do we got? Clear your dice. I think we're in here. Time clear button has been visible. Okay. Direct progress to clear. Sorry, let's go back to that. Let's rename that to direct player progress to clear. Oh, wait a second. Show clear button. So the question is, when are we guys stop rolling? We need to know which one of these we're going to be sending to it. It's also in the show clear button. Maybe Okay. I think what I'm going to do. Let's do that. Let's duplicate that. All right. Got a lot more tracking here. So we've got, we went from player to viewer. Viewer, clear this. Just clear viewer. Just click the clear viewer dice button. Prepare UI for clear button. What's this do? Back player progress to clear. Okay. I'm going to change this. Clear player dice button. I want to duplicate this. Clear viewer dice button. Viewer progress to clear. Good. Button clear viewer dice. Got visibility. Looks good. Make sure everywhere we're calling this, the other one's called. This should be viewer. Ice cream time. All right, let's go over to XAML. Clear player dice is here. Duplicate this. This is going to become viewer dice. All of that's going to stay the same. I'm going to call this one clear player dice. I'm going to call this one clear viewer dice. You know, this would not have been possible with, at least so fast and easy without CodeRush's duplicate. Look at what it did, right? It took from clear player dice to the duplicate, smart duplicate selection, went from player to viewer. I didn't have to make any of these changes, right? All of these should work because we've already used it inside the C# file as well. Similarly generate those parts that we need to generate to make this work. There's our mouse enter, our mouse leave. And there's actually a fair amount of complexity in making this UI work for this. Let's see what else. Let's go back through our, just kind of retrace our steps here. Just double check everywhere that's used. Okay, what's happening here? Roll the dice. All right, so here we need to know which one of these we're going to do. So if it's players, we're going to do that. And that. Enable dice roll buttons. Enable player dice roll buttons, I think is what I'll call this. Let's duplicate this. And now we don't have this special viewer throws thing right there, so we don't have that. Button roll viewer dice. What did I call it? I thought I called it that. Oh, I don't have a I don't have a button. There is no equivalent because there's no manual roll viewer dice button that we have. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. Here, what I was looking at. Clear player dice visibility. Prepare for clear. Nothing happening in there. Cool. So let's just do this. And then we want something similar. So we can duplicate that, put an else between them. What do we got? Should clear viewer dice button timer. That's good. That's good. Enable viewer dice roll buttons. That's the thing I just said we don't have an equivalent on. Just double check that. Yeah, we don't have an equivalent on that. And then button clear dice. Okay. Viewer dice. Okay, good. Clear player. Okay. Now here, where are we? Dice stopped rolling. Based on what the dice are, though, the dice is coming in, the dice event arg's coming in. So on the way back, it should tell us what group it was as well. That was one of the things we added. So if it's, I think it's die stop rolling data dot something called dice group dot players, then we're going to do that. Otherwise, we're going to do the other one. Okay, cool. And I think that covers all of these calls. Okay, let's look at the timer. Make sure we've got equivalent. I'm looking for symmetry here with the other pieces. So when that goes, we see something similar on the other side based on the decision point where we are. There's the stop, show clear, and we're back all the way around, full circle. Okay, let's look at this one. Oh yeah, that one we already looked at. Okay, good. Let's look at this, clear player pause time. Okay, now this looks like a candidate for an extract method. Speaking of which, let's do a coder's feature request. So the feature request looks like this, devs. I want to identify a method. I've got two similar methods. Like ideally, the ultimate one would be like, detect duplicate code and consolidate, right? That would be awesome. But until we have that, at the very least, I've got some code that I have that's similar. There's just a few places where things change. Where pieces change, I want to do a multi-select on it. That's what I want to do. So it's anything that's essentially not a local variable here. Clear player dice pause time. I want to multi-select that. I want to take this out. And I want to take that out. Do I have this one selected yet? I don't. That. Then I want to select that whole selection. And I want to do an extract method that gives me those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as parameters to the method. That's what I want. So I want to be able to select the parameters, the pieces that are going to become parameters, so then take, using multi-select, then take a bigger selection, extract it, and have those things line up as parameters sent to it. Got it, guys? I know you're all like, oh, Mark, come on. But because right now in Coders for Roslyn, Visual Studio's implemented extract method, so we have to go back and re-implement it to do this, I think. So devs are probably a little bit upset about that news, but let's put the feature request anyway in there. Using multi-select to specify parameters. And you know what, guys? I'll even allow this if here's a variation of this. So check this out. What's happened here? Why is my code not working all of a sudden? What have I done here? I feel like what happened? I'm just gonna hit undo for a second, actually. Let me copy that, cut that to clipboard, undo this back. Was that my change? That was whatever that was my change right there. All right. Okay. So I'll tell you my compromise. Here's my compromise. Okay, that's all good. It was just a delay. Okay. So my compromise is this. We go from here to here. We do an extract method. Like this. We're going to say, just call this update clear dice button. And we're in here, and now allow me to multi-select the same pieces and then choose promote to parameter for all of them. Hit the code rush key and then choose promote to parameter. So come down here, I'll get that one, and that one right there, and it looks like this one. So I get those, and then I select them like this, or even just hit the code rush key at this point. Maybe if there's a multi-select and it's inside of here and I can move them all up, it gives me that option, promote to parameter. That's what I want, but I want it to be all of them, not just this time span piece that's showing up here. Okay, that's what I want to do. So that's the feature request. Take a look at that. Tell me what you think. All right, let's promote these individually one at a time. Promote to parameter. And as I promote each one, I'm going to get rid of the word player. Okay. Promote to parameter. Oh, it's because this constant is not available. I think I want a shortcut on this. Promote to parameter. What happens when I hit Control P right now? Nothing? Let's declare it as a shortcut. Control P, command, what's it? Execute refactoring. Parameters, promote to parameter. Like that. Click OK. And so now let's try hitting Control P. Well, that's nice. That's much faster. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm loving that. It's my new favorite keystroke. And right here, Control P here. Order parameters on this. I'm going to get the dice group up in front. Cool. All right. So now we've got this call to update dice clear button. Let's duplicate this here, and we're going to change this to viewers, viewer, and everything else viewer. Cool. That one is now going to be in the equivalent in the update clear viewer dice button. So now we've just simplified all that code. There. Okay. Let's put this above these two. Okay. Dare I run? Let's build. Let's make sure we got to build. Everything's okay. 2 things. Waiting to clear viewer dice. We need to get that. So we'll see what's going on with that. Okay, so we're going to say if yay.stop rolling data dice group equals dice group players. Then we're going to do that. Else we're going to do that. Let's see where else that's manipulated here. Clear the dice. Clear dice, okay. So we're good there. There. Okay, that one we don't need to duplicate. Interesting. So this one, we're not really ever using this, but we might use it in the future. So I'm going to kind of keep it around. I'm just going to do that. Okay, what next? Let's see. Are we the build working now? Let's see what happens. Build succeeded. Let's give it a run. See what happens. Okay. Back over here, play the card. Let's see what's the UI looks like over here. Okay, good. I've got a clear viewer dice bottom at the bottom. I'm going to hit it. Nice, and they clear. That's awesome. Okay, that button's way on the bottom. I can't seem to show it to you on this screen, I think. Well, no, you might be able to see it. It'll be right behind me there. We'll do the roll one more time here so you can see it. Play the card, and there the card's being played, and right there, it's right behind me. So you see a clear viewer dice. So I can hover over it and pause it, so they'll stay up if I want to for whatever reason. Then I can click on it, and then they're clear. That's separate from a regular dice roll. So if we say, let's do a great axe attack, and we roll the attack, that's going to come out. And let's go similarly play a card at the same time.
5 plus 9. It's a hit.
And so now we've got 2 buttons. Clear player,
Slashing
clear
damage.
viewer dice. Right? They're right here. And I can pause them by holding the mouse over them if I want to. Let's clear the viewer dice first. There's the viewer, those D4s. And now let's clear the player. Nice. That's not bad. Okay, the last thing we have to do is we have to get those viewer dice showing up down here, because we're doing them on the same, we don't want them to visually overlap. That's just a bit of code in TypeScript. Let's go see if we can find that. Let's see. Right, so in one of these, probably here in Dice Roller, but I totally am forgetting. I'm blanking out on the code search term I need to find to do this. This is it right here. Okay. So the dies coming in here, we need to know, instead of saying throw over players, we need something that sends what this is. Just do something? What? Oh no. It's Wicked Blue Ninja, kids! Snuck in again. How you doing, Wicked Blue Ninja? we are like almost about to wrap up. I've got to just get some dice in the right place, and I'll be like, okay, that's a show. This is the piece that's going to determine, I need this true or false is what I need to do. What I need to do is introduce a parameter here to prepare base die. How heavily is this used? Not too bad, but I think we're going to get some, it's going to span out a bit, but we're going to need to pass in a dice group to this. That's what we're going to need to do. So we've got dice group. Is it seeing it? It sees it. And down here, I want to say if dice group is equal to players, then we're going to throw over the players. Since I caught the stream, wait, did Lady have a sex change operation and then didn't like it and switch back? Yes. Since I caught the stream where she was gone and then back again. Yep. That's kind of what happened, I think. All right. So if dice group is equal to players, then otherwise we're going to be viewers. I'm so relieved that we're actually wrapping this up. Okay, so the dice group I now need to be passing in. Just cutting that to the clipboard. Whoops. This needs to be maybe even at the beginning. Why don't we throw it at the beginning? Be very specific about what we're doing here. So we're going to do that. Prepare base die. Everywhere that goes, we're going to pass in die group. Die group. Oops, I think I just trashed die right there. Okay. Prepare base die. Good, that was the last one. Okay. We need to get the die group. Let's go look at prepare die. It's coming from here. I already have die group coming in here. Shoot, I don't have it coming in here. So I need die group in here. Throw that at the very beginning, just like before. So we can prepare die. Okay, prepare die. Wait. Okay, we need to do that. We're going to need that here and that here. I'm going to drop markers here and here so I know to go get those. Just double check that. Prepare base die in those three places. We've covered them as well. We've got markers on these two. All right, we're searching for prepare die first. There's dice group going into it. There's dice group going into that one. We got to throw it up here as well. Let's drop a marker there so we can come back to it. And that's it for prepare die. Good. So prepare die's got dice group. Did I fix it here? Good. I haven't followed this one out yet. We need die group in here. Like that. Do we by chance have die group coming in? It looks like we don't. So we're going to throw it there. Drop a marker here so we can come back to it. Keep following to create die. Looks like we need die group there. Oh, no, wait. Hold on. It's in our dice DTO. Pretty sure. No. It's not in dice DTO. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's outside of that. The dice DTO is for the individual die. Okay. It's all right. Come up there. Drop a marker there. We need to come back to that. Keep following through to create die. It looks like we're done with create die. So we got die group there. Die group there. Good. Okay, back out. Collecting markers. Add dice from DTO. Just keep working our way through. Here we can get it. Oh, shoot. No, wait. Dice roll DTO is different from the dice DTO. Hold on. Let's go back to add dice from DTO. I think we can get it here. There it is. That's what I wanted. Okay, cool. I don't need to pass this in here. So there's no change to this. All right, cool. Escape to get out. Escape to get out. All right. Add die. Let's go look at this one. Ooh. What do I got in here? It looks like I don't have it. Where's that die from string called from? Okay, so add die from string, called from a number of places. This is going to be a little heavy here, but pop it in there like that. There's dice group coming in, and a die right there. Let's add die from string. We're going to set a marker up here so we can come back to it. And now let's keep going. Where are we here? Add one roll dice. Oh wait, if we're here, there it is. Cool. So we got that there. Add D20 is going to need it. We added that, pretty sure. And I die from stir. It's going to take it there. Okay. Is there another one in here? Can I add die? So add die from stir is the one we're following through right now. Is that what it is? Okay. So here, do we have local dice roll data? We got this dice roll data. Okay, hopefully that'll work. Do the same thing up here. Okay, keep punching through for add die from string. Cool. These are going to be easy fixes. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4. 5. We wrapped all the way through those. Wait. What's this one? Oh, bonus roll. Okay. Looks good. Cool. I die from string. Got groups for every single one of those. And we wrapped all the way around there. What's our error list right now? Okay, we're getting kind of close here. We're down to these pieces right here. We need this, that. Oh, but look at this, we got a dice roll data coming in. So dice roll data, dice group. Same thing here. Good. Only shows up in those two places. Good. I think that might be it. Cool. Let's refresh. Let's do it live on the stream. All right, there's the refresh. And that, let's come over here, play, well, actually not play the card yet, refresh the data. Go back, play the card. Oh, it's in the wrong place. Why is it in the wrong place? Is there any other way? Is the die group not going down correctly? Let's do this. Preparing player dice. Doesn't feel right to me that that would be the case, but maybe. Preparing viewer dice. Let's do that. Come over here, refresh all of that. And let's play it. Take a look at here. What do we see in the console? Preparing viewer dice. So it is preparing the viewer dice. Oh, I don't even get it. Is there something else in here? The X and Y position. It's like I've lost something here. The Y and the X position are there, but the body, the vectors seem to be being modified the way I was expecting them, the way I'm recalling them to be modified. Z velocity multiplier. Well, actually, that was looking right too. Oh wait. I see the problem. I had these mixed up. That's feeling better. All right. I'm returned. Had ice cream and you're happy. Cool. Watch this. I think we're almost done with the stream. Like just in time. Here we go. Play card. Here. There it is. Coming down to the bottom, across the bottom. Good. Let's do it live on the stream so we can see that. And we'll take a look at what that looks like here. So just to give you the full kind of front to back. What was the 7 for? Well, let me show you. So the idea is this. Let me close this down. We created a card in our card editor. The card editor created the image, uploaded the card to streamloots.com, including this message right here, which includes roll die 4d4, say anything, right? So now we're going to test that card when the player, so we're testing the playing of the card. So when the viewer plays the card, let's say I'm in the middle of combat, right? And I've already got a roll out for Fred. I want this to not interfere, so it's going to look like this. I'm going to do the attack, and I'm going to play the card at the same time, and we should see there. The say anything roll comes in like this, whereas Fred's
+9.
roll not interfere.
It's a hit.
Now we do have a problem with that 8 coming up, because that's the total. We need to figure out how to put those like down over there by those dice, or in the middle right here. But it's not bad. It allows multiple at any time a card to be played. The die roll. We don't have queuing support yet, but we'll add that. The dice to come out and they get the totals on that while the card's being played. So that's kind of what's going on. So that 10 means they can say 10 things after they play that card for Fred or anybody else. That's kind of what's going on. Okay, I was saying, what's the extra? But it's I'm giving the total back from that, which is wrong. Well, that is awesome, says Look at Blue Ninja. It is not bad. We are getting closer to being able to let viewers play cards in the game, and we're not doing, the artwork. The artwork's all being generated by our app, using different layers and combining them so it can intelligently create a D4 times 4, or I could take a D6 times 2. If I come in here and I test the card, I do it, I should see 2 D6 coming out. Sweet! And they're labeled with the card name. It says say anything. So it's pretty cool. It's not bad. I think I want to get the bottom of it, just easing it up a bit so the die tend to stay above the name tags, so they're not hidden behind the name tags. Yeah. The other thing that would be cool is to say the name of the person in that. Let's make that quick change to that. So we can do that. We're going to make that change in there. Let's see. Here we go. Here's where we're creating it. I want to make the change in here. If they roll 2 1s, you should mute them. That's funny. Maybe. All right, so here we go. Running it right now. We should be at a break point. So I want the label to read. I want it to read the username. So that's in card DTO dot card dot username, and then I want to do an apostrophe S right here. So it'll say usernames, say anything card, or whatever the card is. Let's do that. So that just should show up, and so now we should see it's a Dragon Humper. So nothing came up. We might have lost our connection. Let's try again. And we see the card coming up. There we go. So now it's Dragon Humper say anything. So now they can see the name of the player comes in. I think Q will solve everything, honestly. Yeah, queuing is what I need to do next, to be able to queue these up. So if I hit a bunch in a row, they don't just keep interrupting, they actually go and they wait. That's kind of where we are, but it's not bad. It is not bad. So it's a D6 times 2. I can do a D4 times 3. Yeah, it's nice, right? What am I going to send you guys? I'll send you over to Babe Juice Jordan. I like Go Bother too. They're both great members of the live coding stream. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. I'm going to go get some lunch. Have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow for Kids Code. Kids Code, we're going to be doing some math visualization, I think, in C# and Unity. So see you tomorrow, kids. Eat your veggies. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Thanks for being with me, kids. Everybody, Wicked Blue Ninja, Coding Gorilla, all of our friends out there in the chat room. Have fun today, and we'll see you tomorrow.